You're being bullied by Strimmer? Good. I am looking at the ass and boobs. I'm not looking at the accoutrements. They don't remember they got brainwashed by the purple guy. We hate him and do not look up art of him bent over. Interesting that you would say that.
She's not back yet. Oh, I hope nothing bad happened to Master Chevin.
Whoever it is, they're dead.
Hey, that little kid is crying. I wonder what happened. Let's go check what's wrong.
Hello, is something the matter?
Master Chevin, she
Is vested in cryptocurrency.
she went to gather volcanic crystals, but she's still not back yet. I told the guards, but they said they don't have people to spare. Plus, that area's super dangerous, with tons of monsters and bad guys. They have to finish making preparations before they can try to rescue her. But it'll be too late by then.
Guess it's time for more heroics.
So, you'll help? Great! I'll just make a quick sketch to show you where the guards went earlier.
Bitch just bringing out the art supplies. I love the music in this area. I mean, the natlan music is really good anyway, but...
They said Master Chevin might have stopped around here. She might have been forced to go near the Umbral Needle. If that's the case, then... She might have been forced to go near the Umbral Needle.
Interesting. They changed the name of it. Umbral Needle.
Please, you have to save her.
To Petley Dissonance.
Please help me save Master Chevin. According to the map, we should be getting close. Let's search the area. Stay on your toes, though, traveler. Get away from me! Look, over there! Is that Master Chevin?
Where did you come from? So strong! Let's get out of here, boys! Run! Leave the stuff if you want to live. Drop all of it!
Oh, okay.
Well, they didn't put up much of a fight.
Yeah, I mean, we did have a harbinger. Our reputation has its perks.
Thank you so much. I thought I wasn't gonna make it down this mountain alive. Saved by the traveler. Guess my luck's not too bad today. Sorry. Let me introduce myself. I'm Chevin, a gem artisan. I'm not usually this lucky, but maybe things are looking up.
I know this voice. I think she voices other NPCs in Genshin. Imix? Fuck it, Imix sent us to help.
She did, huh? I didn't mean to make her worry. I wasn't planning to be gone longer than 2 days, tops. But then, I discovered a new seam of volcanic crystal near the Umbral Needle. It's a large deposit and the purity is exceptional. I dug up a whole bunch of it and was getting ready to head back. But the phlogiston within the crystals attracted monsters. Anyway, I'm sure you've seen the state this place is in. It's all because the Umbral Needle suddenly came crashing to the ground and left behind a massive crater.
Yep.
The seam I found was closer to the outside, so it survived the disaster. Still, the crash riled up the monsters in the area, and now they're everywhere.
Oh, the VA strike. Yeah, you're right.
And ran up a narrow path to avoid them. But by the time I was in the clear, I ended up running into those bandits. You showed up in the nick of time.
If the situation was so dangerous, why didn't you just drop the crystals and run?
I left most of them behind, believe me. I only kept the purest chunk. I have to bring it back no matter what.
The cost of your
Tlasoli
life?
And poor little Nechka.
Who are they?
Ah, right. You wouldn't know. Tlasoli is a former ancient name artisan, and Nechka is her daughter.
Ancient name artisan? Huh? So she crafts ancient names?
That's right. Or, well, she used to. Now she just handles regular forging commissions.
Why did she stop?
Because of her daughter. Poor Nechka contracted an awful illness. And Tlasoli put
So many of these
everything aside to take care of
sub-stories
her.
in Genshin.
Even as Nechka's illness grew worse, Tlasoli never gave up. Like a torch in the night, she was determined to burn bright, even as darkness encroached from all directions. Still, all's well that
Who
ends
speaks
well,
like that?
thanks to the doctor's medicine and the Great Spirit's protection. Nechka's flame was rekindled. Her condition has been slowly improving ever since. She's still weak, of course, and has to recuperate at home. But she's well enough to write letters already. She often writes to Xilonen, apparently. Her dream is to become an ancient names forger, just like her mother. Her birthday's in a few days, so Tlasoli asked me to find a pure volcanic crystal to give her as a present.
This is really random. But usually, when you have like the edges of like the characters, they're always like a color that's like a darker version of whatever color the middle of it is, right? So this is like a brown next to the blonde. You know, we've got like a pinky brown here next to her skin. But around Paimon's crown here, we have like a dark bluish purple around the rose gold, which I think is really weird. Why have they done that? I don't know whether that is always the case or whether it's just this lighting. So that's why you were out here.
Yeah, talk about an important chunk of ore. What a nice gift. Paimon hopes it helps her feel better.
I'm sure she and her mother appreciate your well wishes. All right, let's head back. I'm sure Emish is worried sick.
Emish. Okay.
Actually, why don't you come with me to visit Tlasoli tomorrow?
Tlasoli.
It's all thanks to you that I managed to bring back the crystal.
Okay.
You deserve a reward for helping us protect something so significant.
Is it an ancient name?
Hey, the Pyro Archon said she contacted Xilonen about that already. Let's not complicate things.
What?
We don't need anything fancy like that. A normal gift is more than enough.
Don't worry. Something tells me you'll like this one.
Did I forget something from the Archon quest?
I'll let Tlasoli tell you what it is herself. Oh, you're early. Looking forward to your gift?
We're just happy to visit Tlasoli and Nechka.
That's right. Nechka's been so sick, and Tlasoli had to give up what she loves.
Tlasoli.
Things might get better, but they could probably still use some cheering up.
Paimon looks so white here.
I've already asked someone to swing by and let Tlasoli know we're coming. She's probably made all the necessary preparations. Let's go then. Do you mind watching the story, Mish? I'll be right back.
Act 2, Horse Echoes. Nay.
Again? All right. You two take care of Master Chevin, okay? Don't let her go anywhere dangerous.
Who is the child here?
Here we are. Nice house, right? Give me a sec.
Yeah.
I'll go knock. Tlasoli! Open up! They're here! Tlasoli? Are you home? Open the door! That's strange.
Oh dear.
The door's locked. But she shouldn't be out at this time of day. Hey, Nechka! Nechka! It's me, Chevin! Open up, please!
Need me to break down the door?
What if something happened to the two of them? What if Nechka got worse again?
Paimon, calm down.
Let's not overthink things. They were doing just fine the last time I was here. Nejka was sleeping soundly in her room. Still, I told Tlasoli we were coming. Maybe she had to take Nejka out to get some medicine.
Hey, what's that over there? Looks like a Tapetlosaur nest.
That's right. Tlasoli has a Tapetlosaur companion. If I remember right, its name is Iengu? When she was still in the forging business, she'd often have Iengu help with some digging work. But since Nejka fell ill, she hasn't let it dig much recently. Wait a minute. What the... This place is a mess!
You didn't notice
Iengu's
before?
nowhere to be seen either.
Whoa, look at all these broken boxes. Something terrible must have happened.
You stay here, Chevin.
Oh... Alright, I'll just... find a place to hide for now. How is it that every single time Imish tells me not to go someplace dangerous, I end up running into danger? It's like her words have some sort of power over me. Maybe it's the Wyab's doing.
The tracks end at this cliff. Could the Tapetlosaur have climbed up the mountain? Let's head up there and see. Huh, there really is a Tapetlosaur up here. Might not be Tlasoli's companion, though.
I guess we could try calling it. At least it doesn't seem to be in any danger.
Paimon still doesn't see any sign of Tlasoli.
I mean, probably not up here, no.
Hey, Traveler! Paimon!
Oh!
That's Chevin's voice.
Looks like there's someone next to her.
Come down, quick! Tlasoli's here!
Huh? We just got up here and Tlasoli's back already? What a coincidence.
Yeah, quite a coincidence.
Well, guess this means we should head back down. Why is the Tapetlosaur coming along? Whoa, hey, don't run, you'll hit us!
You descend the mountain with the Tapetlosaur.
Iengu, come here. Are you being naughty again? Oh, that's a good saurian. Oh, you must be hungry. Sorry. I'll whip up something for you later. All right, run along and play now. I'll come along in a sec.
Aw.
Sorry, you two. I was waiting for you at home when Nejka... Well,
Why
she
does she
snuck
have
out
ears,
and ran
bro?
off by herself. She said she just wanted to pick some flowers for our guests. But she ended up getting lost along the way. Luckily, I managed to find her before long.
So... she's not human, I presume? Based on the ears? Interesting. Is she alright?
Yeah, Chevin told us she was just starting to get better.
She's still very weak. The shock and the cold winds certainly didn't help, so she ended up with a slight fever. I gave her some medicine and now she's in bed. But it's nothing a good night's rest can't fix. That said, she won't be able to meet you today. I'm sorry you came all this way for nothing.
You look knackered, lady.
Don't worry about it. We know she's still recovering. Chevin told us how serious her illness was. Her health definitely comes first. We were just dropping by to check on her.
Is she all better now?
Well, she can at least speak to me and go about her day normally. That's already more than I could ask for.
Hey, cheer up! This is supposed to be a happy occasion.
Dumb.
We do appreciate that she tried to welcome us with flowers. Anyway, Tlasoli, about the thing I was telling you before.
The gift!
Yeah, what did you get us?
Well, it's a blaze gem inscription. I made it from the purest ore,
Whoa.
so it's almost completely resistant to erosion. The techniques used to make it are all rooted in ancient name forging.
This reminds me of some items in Honkai 3rd. I'm not sure what they're called, but they're used for... Actually, yeah, they're used for forging. In Honkai 3rd, you can use them to forge, like, weapons? Either weapons or stigmata, which is, like, similar to artifacts. Interesting. So it's like a simplified version of an ancient name?
Don't say that or the Wyatt might smite me. The process just uses a few of the same techniques and materials. When I first made one, I didn't think it could serve any practical purpose, apart from the erosion resistance and the general aesthetic. But then Chevin suggested using the crystals to make a special kind of ornament.
Blaze gem inscriptions made by an ancient name artisan, engraved with words that never fade. Quite the sales pitch, don't you think?
Wow, that description really does make it seem special.
You've got a good eye for business.
Tlasoli's blaze gem inscriptions really are special, though. Word of mouth isn't always reliable. As information gets passed along, it becomes incomplete, forgotten, and sometimes even distorted. But the words inscribed on these crystals will stand the test of time. The inscription will never deteriorate, and the meaning will never get twisted.
Unless words start to mean different
It's
things.
the perfect gift for a dear friend or significant other. You could even pass it down to younger generations.
You're really pushing the sales pitch.
Paimon's interested! Let's buy one, Traveler! We can engrave our names onto it!
Weren't we getting it as a gift? Did I misinterpret?
Then, once we find your brother, we can get him to add his name as well! That way, our names will be together forever!
Looks like Paimon's already been hooked.
You deserve it. You saved me. And Nechka's birthday present. It's the least I can do to repay you.
Chevin, I thought I told you.
Don't you start acting shy too, Tlasoli. It's a great gift. I know how much work goes into one of your blaze gem inscriptions.
Well then, thank you both. I'll have it ready as soon as possible. Then, I'll have you do the inscription yourself. Nechka should be well by then. She'll be very excited to meet you.
Good things are better with company.
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We don't even know how expensive that would be. You sure we have enough travel funds? Hold on, this isn't part of some scheme to make us spend all of our mora, right? Chevin?
You never know. You do look like you have some savings to spare.
Wow, what the fuck?
No, don't listen to that, Traveler. You'll end up losing all your mora.
In any case, it's up to you.
I thought it was a gift.
Oh no, it's the Tapatlosaur again! Quick, someone stop it! Paimon doesn't want to get run over again!
Whoa, there. Aww.
Also, if you don't mind, Tlasoli, I'd like you to help me repair my blaze gem inscription. I dropped it when I was attacked earlier. The rope and clasp both snapped, so I haven't been wearing it. I tried fixing it myself, but I just couldn't get it to stay. Could you help?
Just leave it to me. I'll make it as good as new. Thank you, Chevin, for going all that way and...
It was nothing. We all just want Nechka to get better.
You're right.
I think there's something else going on in this quest that we're not aware of yet.
Yangu, behave yourself. I'll feed you in just a second. I'll have Chevin contact you once everything's ready, Traveler. Maybe we'll even line it up with Nechka's birthday. We can even have a little party.
Oh, that sounds great! We'll look forward to all the good food, and we'll make sure we're ready to eat. Anyway, see you around, Tlasoli!
I hope Nechka gets better soon.
Look after yourselves. Nechka is going to be so happy to meet you.
There's something sus going on, and I don't know what it is, and I hate that we're gonna have to wait for, like, Another 5 weeks.
Xilonen, good thing you're here. I'm wondering if I can...
The shelf on the left, second row down, first X on the right. That one's yours. And the garden hoe belongs to Ignal, and the hammer is Pakal's, so make sure you take the one that's yours.
I haven't even said why I'm here. But looks like you're about to head out for a break.
Yes, but I am going to take it right here. The temperature is just perfect today.
Really? But doesn't it feel a lot hotter than usual? I really don't want to stay out in this heat.
Exactly. In hot weather like this, customers don't tend to stick around and talk when they're coming to place orders or pick up the goods.
I see. Oh, here comes another customer. I'll just leave you to it then, and pick up my axe.
Yeah, she really is a cat.
Sounds good to me.
She only now sits up.
Oh, traveler, come on. We meet again. Oh, you two seem to be in good spirits. How's your Pilgrim's Chronicle been? Run into any issues?
That's so funny. She's the monster on your bed, literally. Nope, everything is fine.
Oh, good. It was also my first time receiving a Pilgrim's Chronicle, even though I've already turned it over to you. There are still a lot of things that could go wrong, so I wasn't sure if there'd be any issues.
Huh? So, what are the chances that something might still go wrong?
Well, less than the chances of Mualani accidentally falling off a spiritway, I'd say.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, that definitely would never happen.
Everyone just acting like that normal.
I found the Xilonen. Thanks a lot. By the way, Nitchka's birthday's coming up real soon. Are you planning to visit her?
I've prepared a gift and was just getting ready to take it to her.
You're not planning on giving the kid a full set of pliers again, are you? Or, let me guess, woodworking tools?
I'd like a set too. Where can I buy one?
Oh, yeah, I make these myself, and it's a lot of work. But if you like a set, I can make some time and forge one for you.
Great! We often camp out in the wild, but a set of Xilonen's tools would make pitching a tent and starting a bonfire a whole lot easier.
Well, still, I won't be giving Nichka any tools this year. She wrote me a letter saying that she'd like a copy of To Kill the Brave. The book is not what you call a bestseller, but luckily, I have a few copies in my collection. They were really old editions that were
Have a
published
few
a long
copies?
time
Why
ago,
would you need a few?
but they should still be readable.
Children her age love fairy tales. The last time I was at Thesoli's, I even brought Nechka. Wait. What did I bring her again? It must have been her favorite thing, but, why can't I remember it anymore?
Interesting.
Oh, it is quite hot today. Seems you're about to pass
Interesting.
out from the heat. Do you even remember your own name?
My memory can't be this bad. It's just these last few days. I've been forgetting things for some odd reason.
Damage to
Well, in that
something
case,
in the Night
why
Kingdom?
don't you use the blaze
wild?
gem inscription you have as a memo to engrave some important things to remember? After all, that inscription will never wear out, and it's easy to carry. I'd say that's quite a fitting use for it.
You do have a point, but my inscription is almost already full.
Your name is that long?
No. I engraved some wishes on my blaze gem inscription. You know, just some dreams that I have for the future and things I'd like to accomplish one day. Even though Tassoli has said that from an aesthetic point of view, it would be best for people to keep their inscription short, this blaze gem inscription was still made by a name engraver, the forger of ancient names themselves. Everyone thinks that the inscription she made might have some wondrous powers. So, many people who bought blaze gem inscriptions engraved their wishes and dreams on them, in hopes that they would come true.
Sounds kinda like a wish granter. But if you do that, won't everyone be able to see your wishes and dreams?
Yeah, that could be a little embarrassing.
Don't worry. We usually ask Tassoli to add the inscriptions for us. She has a unique method of engraving. With her method, the light must be at a certain angle in order to see the text. Without the right angle of lighting, the blaze gem inscription will just look like a pretty stone.
That's true. In the end, a blaze gem inscription is essentially just a piece of rock. It doesn't have the power to grant people's wishes. Making wishes to it is like shouting into an echoing valley. The only one who will answer is yourself. But using it as a journal for your wishes is also fine. Carrying them with you and taking a look from time to time can be a good source of encouragement. Well, as long as you don't suddenly change your mind and want to take your wishes back, that is. These things are extremely durable. It would take a lot of effort to change the words. And I don't think anyone would willingly part with it either. They're not cheap and very hard to get. If you ever lost it, you'd just be filled with regret. Still, it's really strange. Given Auntie's skill, how could it take so long for her to make one? Oh, well, I hope someone didn't give her an idea of making fewer and selling for more.
Sounds like one of Cheven's schemes. That's the lady that we saved.
It's true. Cheven would totally have put that in her ear. Still, I don't think it's such a bad thing for Tasoli to make some money by selling these. At least she and little Nachka are better off now, and won't have to worry about the cost of treating her illness anymore.
Hi, Sam.
I was really worried about their family at first, and was even planning to send them some... Huh? What was I planning to send to Nachka again? This memory of mine.
All right, if you stay out in the heat for any longer, I'm afraid even the inscription won't be able to save your memory. You should, go back. Yeah, get some rest.
Right. Right. Please give my regards to Tlisoli and Nachka. What's going on? Maybe I should go talk to Ernley to get some medicine.
So you'll be going to Nachka's birthday party too, Xilonen? Oh, perfect! Then let's go together!
Oh, yeah, sure, but I didn't expect you to know Tlisoli too. She hasn't been coming to the tribe much lately, so how did you get a chance to talk with her?
You explain your encounter with Tlisoli to Xilonen.
Oh, so that's how you met her. She even wants to use volcanic crystal as a forging material. Guess she's really pulling out all the stops for her daughter.
We also wanted to get a gift for Nachka.
Then let's just go and ask. Come on, I want to give her the book anyway.
Okay.
Huh? Wait a second. Our birthday gift's supposed to be a surprise? If we ask Nachka, then she'll know what gift we'll be getting her. And that would ruin the surprise.
But if you don't ask her, then how will you know what kind of present she would like? Here's another idea. Perhaps you can also give her a storybook based on what she wrote in her letter. That might be a good option.
Easy enough. I have loads of those in my bag.
But shouldn't we give it a little more thought? If we all give her books, it might seem like we didn't put much effort into it.
I don't think the kid
Xilonen,
cares.
have you really never asked her what she would like the most? There must be something else she'd like besides books.
Unfortunately, no. Nachka's illness has kept flaring up over the past few years. Apparently, she couldn't do anything during that time other than rest in bed. She didn't even have the strength to talk to anyone. It wasn't until recently that she started to recover from her illness and regained strength to write letters to others. Anyway, there's no need to overthink it. Worst case scenario, I can split the book into 2 volumes and we can each give her one.
Just break the book in two. What the fuck? Great idea.
No, that's terrible. That would really look like we didn't try. Let's just go ask Nachka. Even
Oh, my
though
bad.
it ruined the surprise, we could at least get her something that would make her happy.
Okay.
Anyway, could you tell us a bit more about the book that you're getting her? Is it really that unpopular?
Well, it's a little difficult to explain. You see, there are actually 2 versions of To Kill the Brave. The premise of the book is pretty straightforward. It's basically about a set of twin brothers working to defeat a demon lord. But after defeating the demon lord, the older brother, Tequil, discovers that the king's spirit has possessed his younger brother, Remok. In the ending of the original story, the older brother kills his younger brother to defeat the demon lord. before jumping into a volcano.
Is this one of those books that's actually like real world mythology? Buckle up! This tale comes from the desolate, distant past. In those days, the mountain's teeth were still bared like blades against man and beast, thirsting for the souls of the feeble-minded, human and non-human alike. People knew that the god of the mountains loved them not, and was to be given a wide berth. God, this reminds me of, what's her name? The Xilonen in Chenyu Vale. Yet they were forced to seek shelter in caverns from the storm screaming through the wilds, all to pass one long night after the next. But these caverns, like the mountains, extracted payment from these vagrants. Ling Yuan, thank you. Countless were the tribes who lost kin to the waste through which they stumbled blind. Valiant Tequil and his kind-hearted brother Remark were born to one such tribe. At the hour of their birth, a long, troubling night reigned inside and outside the caves, and though the campfires around which the tribe's people sat flickered, none were comforted by their light. The people thought, "This fire shall soon go out, and once it does, we too shall be finished. How long will this night last? I'm cold, and hungry too. Let's hurry things up then. Quickly, let me walk into the night. Better than this torment. Oh, you poor children. You poor, poor children." Gay lion equals Jing Yuan. Lesbian lion equals Ling Yuan. That's so true, actually. Yet Tequil and Remark did not announce themselves with sorrowful cries as other children did. Instead, Tequil stared into the cavern depths. The minions of the cavern did their best to frighten him, but his gaze swept over them, keen as a sharp stone spur. "He has seen us, our sharp claws and long teeth, but he is not afraid." The wicked creatures whispered amongst themselves anxiously and involuntarily retracted said appendages. Remark, for his part, waved his hands and laughed, and his laughter was like pebbles tumbling in a stream, drawing the eyes of all the distressed tribespeople to his face. Only then did they notice that though the flame wavered, it had never ceased to burn, and with another wave of his hands, Remark patted the firewood next to him. "Feed the flame! Feed the flame!" The elderly chief, thus reminded by the newborn boy, shouted his words aloud, repelling the fear that had been about to swallow the tribe whole. Interesting. This reminds me of the sacred flame. People stood and fueled the fire, and they drew their obsidian blades, casting their eyes into the cavern depths just as Tequil had. The beasts of the cavern were filled with rage and hate, but they knew that these people would not loosen their grip on their weapons, nor would their eyes be shut. Terror had already fled, and so death was forced to retreat. Only when the sun rose again did the brothers close their eyes, falling asleep in their mother's bosom. Thus did the tribespeople depart the cave, having lived another day. These people, who had rejected fear, would live countless days more. Yet the defeat of her evil underlings caught the eye of their master. I'm gonna butcher this. Coatlicue. For this lord of demons, who claimed to be the mother of the underworld and mistress of 10,000 times 10,000 caves, whose fangs were the rocky stalactites, whose tongue was every blast of wet, frigid wind. Thank you. And who, upon awakening, could only be satiated by devouring 10,000 living souls, Tequil and Remark were the first humans to slip her grasp. Shamefaced, this Earth Mother waved her hand, lashing the evil beast cowering to the side with rock. "Go! Go! Redeem your humiliating failure! Capture those dim-witted mortals and fill my stomach!" But having seen their fears vanquished, the people remembered well the methods of scattering those terrors time after time. They settled at the foot of the mountains, sharpened wooden stakes, lit fires, and gave the sharpest blades to their best warriors, with which they would stand guard behind the stakes. Their bright eyes pierced the wilderness beyond the firelight, and did not shift their gazes away for even a moment. I'm enjoying this, but Hoyo did not know their target audience yet. It's okay, I will read it. By blade and fire did Coatlicue's minions taste defeat time after time, until they could do nothing but huddle in the dark, daring not to draw near the flame. The fires in the hearts of the people ignited, and they began to speak of victory, of light, and of the end of the Viper. They believed in Tequil and Remark. These two brothers could surely keep the heat and light alive. Tequil and Remark thought the same, and so they sharpened their spears and blades, preparing to drive the demon lord of that evil serpent to her doom. But the Earth Mother, who hated this tribe, did not relent. She took sludge from the deepest parts of the cave and pinched it into a snake. Then she plucked out her eye, setting it into the serpent's eye socket. It was that child who caused you to witness the fire, and so let me go and swallow his eyes. One evening, when the sun had just set, night's veil was slowly covering the sky. It says at the chasm, I know, right? And the stars had yet to begin granting their light. The serpent bit and slew a rabbit beyond the tribe's bounds, jail, and burrowed into its skin, lying flat on the ground. Oh. Remark, returning from gathering herbs, came upon this rabbit, and seeing its wound, the kind child put his torch down without hesitation, and reaching for his herbs, he chewed on them, preparing to apply them to the rabbit. King shit! But the snake, speaking for the Earth Mother, leaped from the wound, hissing laughter. Ha ha ha! Ignorant, foolish human! Sacrificing yourself for a lowly rabbit. Yeah, I fucking would. And what? Before Remark could retrieve his torch, the Earth Mother's serpent latched its fangs first onto his neck, then, burrowing into his body, captured his heart and soul both. Worth it. The defenseless sentries were the next to be murdered by the Earth Mother, for they greeted Remark just as they always did when he returned from gathering herbs, only to be pierced through the heart by the serpent, dying on the spot. The entire tribe's fires were put out, and amidst the shroud of darkness, death and terror were resurgent. The Earth Mother spat the snake out, and through poisoned fangs she cried out, "Behold! Behold, you arrogant fools, and kneel as you should in the dust!" But the sound of a rock being struck cut her off, for Tequil, who had been sharpening his obsidian blade, used it to create sparks that set his tent alight. He raised his blade and charged forward, letting fly his blade at the Earth Mother's messenger. The blazing edge cleaved the poisoned serpent moulded from soil with ease, but as Tequil was about to follow through, he saw his brother's eyes and the blood staining his brother's hands. That instant was all the time the wounded viper needed to escape. Yet nigh fully charred it was still, and the Earth Mother's eye reduced almost to ashes. This tribe was destroyed, and never again was there a chance it would dare defy her. Thus did the Earth Mother comfort herself as she retreated into the darkness. How Tequil wished to call out Remark's name, but the burning dust caught in his throat, and so he could only watch as his brother vanished into the night. When the night at last passed, Tequil, who stood amidst the ruins, knew that the surviving tribespeople could no longer stay. Burying his confusion and pain deep in his heart, he led them on a new journey. They crossed mountains and canyons, dodging fearsome beasts and poisonous insects. Tequil did not close his eyes for so long as they journeyed, nor did he dare to loosen his grip on blade or torch. I feel you've got to at least blink, my guy, because your eyes are going to get really dry and sore. Anyway, finally, by a silent volcano, they found a tribe willing to take them in. Only after he saw the last of his tribe peacefully fall into slumber under the old shaman's care did he relax and collapse to the earth. When he awoke, he found himself in a blazing cave. The lava that surrounded him undulated with an erratic pulse, as if the very mountain was slowly breathing. When he stood up, the lava boiled and bubbled, and a rumbling came from all directions. "Do not search for your brother. His eyes have been devoured by a cunning serpent. But I must save him and pursue that venomous snake also." His words echoed through the cave, but the goddess of mountains and fire was silent. Tequil thus prayed unto her, "Let my brother's name live on. I am willing to sacrifice my heart and blood in return." The goddess answered him in the echoing cave. Thus said she, "Your prayer have I heard, but your brother is no longer your kin. His name has sunken into the deepest of depths." Tequil raised his head and lifted up his wish to the goddess. "Turn my blood to fire, so my heart may illuminate the depths. I will bring my brother back before my blood runs dry. Turn my blood to fire, until my soul may sear and slay that serpent. I will take its head before my blood runs dry." When Tequil awoke once again, the old shaman of the tribe gave him a brand new sword, food, and water. Finally, the shaman clasped his shoulders and blessed him. "May your fire dry the venomous snake's venom." Thus did Tequil embark on another journey. His strength was endless, his body tireless, and his blood burned like lava. He crossed grassy fields and snowy peaks, deep valleys and high mountains, and the goddess of mountains and fire showed him the way with falling rocks and the cracks in cliffs. Thus did Tequil stride forward without hesitation. When he met his brother again, the Earth Mother mocked him once more using Remark's body and voice, But when her claws pierced Tequil's chest, he moved not, and instead her bones were melted by his burning blood. Tequil stared the vicious demon lord down, and said in a loud voice, "My brother is gentle of heart. He would surely have made this land a better place. Yet you have affronted him with your poison, smothered his virtue, slaughtered those who had faith in his virtue. Die, you despicable venomous insect! Die here!" As he roared, Tequil's blood stained his obsidian blade, turning it red hot in an instant. The Earth Mother watched in terror as her shell, bones, and soul were sundered. She wished to scream, to buy but a moment in which she could unleash her claws and tear Tequil to ribbons. But she could make no sound, for in the fire's light, the silent soul to who this body once belonged awakened, and that soul cried out to his brother, "I do not wish to see your blood be reduced to ash, but I have seen the light of your heart and spirit. Remember my name, brother. As long as you remember me, I will never have left." The blazing flame swept over every corner in that gloomy, frigid cavern, and every last poisonous insect within was slain, burned to ash alongside every plot and scheme, so heinous and vile. As the last drop of his blood was about to burn away, the roof of the cave above Tequil's head trembled. A fissure opened, and a gem fell down and stopped up his wound. The goddess of mountains and fire spoke once more, and her voice echoed across the walls. "You yet have one drop of blood. Return to your tribe, for this is your brother's wish, and I will see it fulfilled." One night, the old shaman who had waited day after day beyond the tribe's bounds stood to welcome the returning Tequil. But Tequil refused the water, the food, and the cheers. Instead, he simply said, "The venomous snake is slain, and I am victorious, but I shall soon depart along with my brother." He took the gem from his chest, placed it upon a torch, and walked up to the silent volcano. "I have but one drop of blood left, but it was not left for me, but rather for justice and fairness, for the good and the brave. Use it, and light a fire, a flame that shall never be extinguished." Having said that, valiant Tequil leapt into the dead volcano. The earth was shaken by his heart and blood, and the volcano's own heart resumed beating, the blazing lava once more beginning to flow. The volcano lives, as does the bravery of all the tribes.
I remember there was one line that was super popular at the time. If I still remember right, after being possessed by the goddess Coatlicue, Remox said, "I do not wish to see your blood be reduced to ash, but I have seen the light of your heart and spirit. Remember my name, brother. As long as you remember me, I will never have left."
Coatlicue. Okay. So what about the other version of the story?
The other version was released only recently. The author heard a suggestion from someone and suddenly decided to try and make a stake in the fairy tale market, so the story was revised. In the revised version, the brothers killed the demon lord together and both survived. According to the author, this gave the story a happy ever after kind of ending. However, the revised version was not well received. After a month on the market, it had hardly sold any copies and the books were collecting dust on the store shelves. The store owners desperately tried to get rid of the book, and have resorted to all sorts of promotions and discounts to sell it. Even now, the only edition of To Kill the Brave you can find in the market is the newer one, whereas the older edition is nearly impossible to find. Anyway, I couldn't bring myself to give such a poorly rated book to Nichka, so I spent a few days looking and managed to find a few copies of the old edition in a warehouse. I picked out a copy that looked relatively new and wrapped it up as a present for Nichka. If you're interested, I can give you this extra copy to read. The pages are pretty old though, so please be gentle with it. Oh, and here's a copy of the newer edition too. They gave me a free copy when I went to buy some chocowaddle.
So that's how they're trying to sell off the book. Could it really be that bad? Even Paimon's curious now.
Warehouse is a TARDIS, yeah. That's 2 more for the collection.
Let's get going. Celestoli lives pretty far from the tribe, so it'll take us some time to get there.
Melodious chant. Oh, okay. It literally really is just the very end, where it's like, okay, the brother's fine now for some reason, and then he doesn't jump into the volcano. I like how she says she lives far from the tribe. We're gonna be traveling for a while. 145 meters away. My brother in Christ.
on now, Yengu. Nechika is still resting.
Aw.
Masali, we're here!
Oh, what a surprise. And even Xilonen is here too.
We came to visit Nechika.
Oh, it's been a while since I've seen you, Auntie.
Oh yeah, it must be because she has the ears, yeah.
I received Nechika's letter. She wanted a copy of To Kill the Brave, right? Well, I've brought the book for her. There are several editions of the book in Natlan, and I wasn't sure which version she'd prefer. I asked a messenger from the Scions of the Canopy. It seems this softcover edition is one of the most popular options, so I brought it for Nechika.
You haven't changed a bit, Xilonen. Let's go inside. I was just boiling some chocoatl, so you can all try some. Xilonen used to love drinking chocoatl. When she was little, she would always have several cups every time she came to visit me. You were already a big girl by the time I finally had my Nechika. Alright, for now let's... Oh,
Oh, Auntie.
Interesting accent.
Let's go inside.
Is she good?
Traveler, please help me get her into the house.
Sure thing.
Oh, Paimon will help too! Be good, Yengu, and don't get in the way.
All right, let's get indoors.
Same.
Watch your step, Auntie.
We should have what we haven't, yeah.
sorry. Nechika's illness has been flaring up recently, so I was up for a few nights. I suddenly started to feel dizzy in the sun. I hope I didn't scare you. Have a seat. I'll fetch you a few cups of chocoatl. Please wait a moment.
Oh, I've already brought them over. This cup's for you, Auntie. And these are for you, too.
Yay.
Chocolatl? What does it taste like?
Is
Paimon's
that
heard that
chocolate?
it can be pretty bitter. Traveler, could you give it a try first?
Oh, don't worry. Auntie always adds a lot of sugar. It won't be bitter.
Massive
The
space
last
with
time
nothing
you
in the middle of
came
the
to
room.
visit, you were still just a kid. But now you're a pillar of the Children of Echoes. No, of all Natlan even.
Oh, well, it's all thanks to the drinks I had here and the books I happened to read.
The voice performance for Clazoli is interesting. Not sure how I feel about it. You've been close for quite some time then?
We heard that you two are from the same tribe, but Paimon had no idea you were so close.
When I was little, my parents were always talking about how skilled
Oh.
Auntie was at forging ancient names and
So maybe they're not related?
how she was a good role model for the rest of us. The moment I became idle at home, they would toss me into Auntie's workshop to watch and learn.
Then I would have your parents go back, boil you a pot of chocoatl, and let you play in the house.
Yeah, and then I would drink and listen to you banging away with your tools in the workshop. But eventually, she moved out of the tribe to find some more space, and I didn't have the chance to visit again after that.
But why did you seem so familiar with the place when you went to the kitchen for the drinks just now?
Because the layout of this place is identical to her old house. Let me see. Yeah, that should be Nechika's bedroom then.
That's right. I remember you used to hunker down in the room to read and draw. But you're all grown up now. Even if you wanted to live here, I'm afraid you've already outgrown Nechika's bed.
You two seem like family.
That's how Nechika sees Xilonen too. Whenever she's feeling better, she always
They're not
asks me
related.
when her pen pal sister will be coming to visit.
Well,
Yeah, they're not related.
I'm here now, and even brought a gift as an apology. I'll leave the book here.
You said
That is
Nechika
odd, yeah.
asked you for the book? I hope it wasn't too much trouble to get. Really, I'm surprised that she even asked you for a present. When she's at home, she'd even ask me for permission to eat some snacks.
Damn.
Maybe I've been too strict with her. She's obviously starting to like her big sister more than her own mother.
Oh, really? Well, I'd say I really haven't done enough to deserve the title of Big Sister. Yeah, I wasn't able to help her when she was sick, and I didn't even come and visit her that many times. Well, the only thing I have been able to do is to help her find some books.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Xilonen. You have great responsibilities as the name engraver of the tribe. We both know you are far too busy to take care of her. The responsibilities on your shoulders also became far heavier when I gave up on my work.
You just had more important things to tend to, Auntie. No one in the tribe blames you. We all know that Nachka needs her mother's care.
But that doesn't change the fact that I gave up on my work. And even now, I still have not found the courage to pick up my hammer again. I'm sorry to leave you to shoulder all the responsibilities alone, Xilonen.
Oh.
Whoa, why so somber all of a sudden? Don't be so sad, everyone. Hasn't Nachka gotten better lately?
Oh, relax, Auntie. I can handle the work. But once Nachka is back on her feet, you should get back to work and let me have a vacation.
I feel like Closoli is like a little bit, I don't want to say resentful, but almost that she had to give up on her job because her daughter was sick. I don't know.
You'll be the one who's busy then, and I'll be sitting at the side drinking chocolatl and cheering you on.
If that day really comes, you can have as much chocolatl as you like.
So how did Nachka get so sick?
If you asked me before, I wouldn't have even been able to talk about it. But now that she is gradually recovering, I've also gained some courage to face what happened back then. Nachka's illness actually originates from the Abyss. That night, I was in the tribe, having a discussion over the forging of new ancient names. Before we could finish our discussion, the alarm started to ring outside. A horde of monsters from the Abyss suddenly attacked the tribe, so everyone banded together to fight them off. I joined the fray as well, and it wasn't until the monsters were repelled that I got back home with some guards from the tribe. But Nachka was gone. I can't remember how long I spent searching for her. Maybe for 2 or 3 days. In the end, we found Nachka at the bottom of a short cliff. She was holding a dried up embercore flower in her hand, and there were traces of abyssal corruption around her wounds. I know. It was all my fault. Before the incident, Nachka had asked if I could forge an ancient name for her. Work was busy at the time, so I told her that if she could find an embercore flower, I would use it as material to forge her an ancient name. Oh, Nachka, my daughter. My Nachka. I was holding her in my arms, but no matter how many times I called her name, she wouldn't open her eyes and look at me. I was the one who decided to move my workshop to the outskirts of our tribe for work, and I was the one who left her home alone. Oh,
Well,
my daughter. My Nachka. Why do you have to suffer like this?
Whoa, hey! It's okay, right? Nachka's getting better. She already has the strength to write letters now, doesn't she? Well, Xilonen has even brought her a gift.
yeah, I definitely get why people beat themselves up about stuff like that. Like, oh, if I had done this or done that, like, they wouldn't have ended up in this situation. But it's like, I understand, like, guilt is a hell of a thing, but at some point you have to just be like, it's done now. There's nothing I can do about it. I have to move forward and face what's in front of me. Please drink some water first.
Sorry. I just can't control myself whenever I remember that time. Phew. Alright. It's not every day that we get guests. I really shouldn't be crying like this. I asked someone to buy some ingredients for me. So, why don't you stay for dinner tonight?
I'll make some shrimp bisque, grilled fish and mint sauce, and tower tacos.
We'll help.
That is a lot of
Sounds
food.
like a lot to make, and we don't want you to tire yourself out.
Enough talk, let's start with the fried egg.
Huh? She mentioned all those delicious dishes, and you're just going to make a fried egg?
Thank you both, but don't worry. It's just a few dishes. I'll be fine. You
Just
three
a few?
need to make sure everything gets eaten up. I can't eat a lot at this age.
The line was different.
Oh, we haven't had anything to eat yet, so don't worry. We'll make sure there are no leftovers.
Xilonen was a child when she moved away, but her kid is still a kid. That's a good point. Oh, maybe Abyss slowed her aging. Oh, that's true. I promise the plates will be picked clean.
Ah, it just occurred to me that Xilonen likes to eat cheesy crab hot pot. Why don't I make that instead of the grilled fish and mint sauce? I remember you don't like picking out fish bones.
Nah, both are fine with me. I've learned to just chew up the fish bones now.
Oh, come on now. If you don't want to pick out the bones, I can just take them out for you. Anyway, for dessert, would you like a cup of grain fruit or chocolate?
Cup of grain fruit!
The VA for Tlasoli is really taking me out of it because she just has like no... What's the word? Like she has no real peaks and troughs in her voice. It's very monotone. And I'm really struggling with it because it's just taking me out of the... Like when she was supposed to be crying and it just didn't really feel like that in the voice. And I'm sort of like... I understand that a lot of this stuff was sort of recorded at last minute and things like that because of the VA strike. I am also a little bit hyper aware of like scabs, potentially. I'm just... The voice acting is not really up to par, especially since this character has a major place in a story quest. It's not just like a random NPC that has a couple of lines, like she has a lot of lines. I feel like they didn't do a great job of casting. Her voice is a point of contention. Yeah, I saw something about some people suspected that it might be AI, but probably isn't. It's AI, I just think she doesn't have range. Yeah, which begs the question, why was she cast for this many lines in Genshin at this rate? Chocolate!
How about a cup of green fruit mixed with chocolate?
Okay, got it. I'll go start cooking.
Really?
Could
Okay.
you do me a favor in the meantime? I ordered a bunch of ingredients, and they should be here any minute now. Would you go check by the door and see if they were already here? If so, please bring them in. Come on,
Okay.
Xilonen. Stop lying around. You shouldn't nap before dinner. It'll ruin your appetite.
Really?
Hey, I'm not a kid anymore, you know. You don't have to worry about my appetite.
That's beside the point. If you don't watch out for your health while you're still young, then when you get older, you'll...
All right. I'm getting up.
When I wake up, I'm more hungry. I feel like I have more of an appetite when I wake up.
Xilonen. It isn't far, so it shouldn't take us long.
That kid.
She's a grown adult who could absolutely sit on my face and suffocate me. Anyway,
That kid. She's just like Nachka.
No one's come to deliver the ingredients yet. Paimon thought we'd see someone come flying down on a Yunkasaur as soon as we came out.
A messenger from the Scions of the Canopy wouldn't be flying here. They usually come climbing down the cliffs nearby. No
My
need
bad.
to look. There isn't anyone on the cliffs.
maybe the delivery person got lost?
I just saw a ghost. Hey, you there. Sorry, but does Tlasoli live around here?
Oh, are you the one who's supposed to deliver the ingredients?
I don't see any ingredients, and he's also not from the Scions of the Canopy.
Ingredients? Are you kidding? I was nearly eaten myself.
My fucking bad, my guy, was just a
Never
question.
mind that now. Those monsters are still hot on my heels. Please, you've got to help me.
Xilonen, where'd she go? Whoa, she's already gone up to fight the monsters? Help her out!
Oh, sorry, Evie.
that should be it for the monsters. Yeah, it was easier than I thought. Oh, it also seems we're in good luck. The goods weren't damaged either.
Strange. We didn't see any monsters on the way here.
You must have terrible luck.
Yeah, right. I use this road to deliver goods all the time, and I've never been attacked like this before. It's the main road in and out of the tribe, so people often come here to clear out any monsters. This area is usually very safe. I don't know what happened, but it seems like all the monsters around here have gone berserk. Even the docile Tepetlosaurs are in a frenzy.
He's got one of the
Tepetlosaur
blaze gem
doesn't even forge
inscriptions.
ancient names anymore, so why can't she just move back to the tribe? If she comes back, Nachka will even be able to find some playmates. She's so young and hasn't even... Nachka's playmates. No, wait, I feel like my kids have played with her before. They've even told me about Nachka's favorite game. If I remember right, it was... strange. I always remembered it before.
Is this fucking up people's memories?
How could I forget all of a sudden?
Look at that. He has a blaze gem inscription too.
So luck shouldn't be the problem.
You should go back to the tribe. It seems like you had quite the scare today. We'll take the ingredients back for you. I'll carry these bags, and you two can carry the rest.
It's shaped like a snake. Like the story. I wonder if it has abyssal power in it. So it's stealing people's memories and it's also attracting monsters. Paimon can help too.
Huh? Oh, sure. Paimon can take care of these grain fruit that fell out of the bag.
If you say so. Thank you so much. I guess today's just a really bad day for me to go outside.
That's
She's
so
sus.
weird. Why is everyone we run into today having trouble remembering stuff?
And they're all carrying blaze gem inscriptions.
Paimon's not sure how to say it, but she's got a strange feeling about this. Like it's all somehow related.
Yeah.
Once you live long enough, you'll eventually start experiencing strange days like this. Let's bring the ingredients back.
What does that mean,
Otherwise, we
Xilonen?
won't have anything to eat tonight.
That's still blocked off, yeah. I feel like this has got to be the entrance to the domain that we do for Xilonen's story quest, right? Has to be. Also, I hate that these don't give you grain fruit. Why? They give you literally everything but grain fruit. Like, it's fucking corn, what do you mean?
Ah, you're finally back. What took you so long? I was starting to worry.
Oh yeah, we ran into some small problems, but everything's fine now.
Alright, as long as everything's okay now. You all have a seat. I'll get the food ready. It won't take long.
Bless the grains down in Natlan. Tlazali gets to work on the food. After cooking for some time, delicious dishes are set on the table.
Oh, there's so much tasty food! You're amazing, Tlasoli!
They were all pretty simple dishes to make. Don't be shy. Dig in, everyone.
No flying on the table, Paimon.
But Paimon can't reach that dish! Could you give Paimon some? Come on!
Ooh, yeah. Can I get another serving, please?
You're done already? You can chew when you're eating?
What the fuck? Man?
Of course! Didn't I say that I chew up the fish bones? I'll have just one more fish and leave the rest for Nachka.
It's okay. Just go ahead and eat all you'd like. Nachka can't eat these dishes anyway. Her body is too weak to digest these kinds of things. I'll just make some broth for her.
Oh no, but Paimon thought she'd already recovered from her illness.
Injuries caused by the abyss cannot be undone. The doctor said the fact that she's stable is already quite a miracle.
You better not be cunty bottle when I get home. Me, right now.
But it's okay. Nachka can talk to me now and can even hold my hand. That's more than I could ask for.
Cuntle.
Even if she will never again know
It's in
that
every
I am her
shop.
mother.
Wait, what?
What do you mean?
The doctor said the abyss has had an irreversible effect on Nechka's soul.
Oh.
She's lost all her memories from before she was injured. The doctor also said this sort of memory loss isn't like simply forgetting something. Rather, she can no longer remember anything from before that fateful day.
Huh? But how does that happen?
Probably to do with the chaotic nature
You
of the
know about the
abyss
woven
and it
scroll
breaking
that the
things
Masters
apart.
of the Night Wind use to record things, right? Well, generally speaking, forgetting things is like when the woven scrolls would gradually start to fade. As long as you repaint and weave the threads again, the faded memories will come back to life. But the case of Nechka's memory loss is as if her woven scroll had been cut in two, and the portion of the past was burnt to ashes. The books she loved to read, the flowers she took joy to grow, and the time she spent in this house were all cut off by the abyss, and can never be retrieved again.
They've got multiple Conti
As
bottles.
one example of that, Nechka now only sees me as a strange, unfamiliar auntie who claims to be her mother.
Oh shit.
She's a good kid, and doesn't want to upset this lady who's been taking care of her so much, so she still calls me Mom. But I've always had a feeling that she's constantly wondering about things like, where is her real mother? Why is she stuck here in this house? Was she abandoned? Nechka really has no idea that her real mother is right in front of her, and has never left.
So you plan on recreating Nechka's woven scroll all by yourself?
Oh.
What do you mean?
Or should I say, you've already started reweaving that scroll long ago?
Aww. Oh, she mad. A blaze drum inscription.
The delivery guys. I saw it hanging from his waist, so I asked to borrow it from him. Don't worry, I'll return the inscription to him once we've figured everything out. These things aren't cheap, after all.
When did you know?
Yeah, I noticed it back when blaze gem inscriptions suddenly became popular among the tribe. It was then that I also noticed that everyone wearing blaze gem inscriptions had varying degrees of memory loss. Traveler, you've picked up on it too, haven't you?
Everyone's memory loss has something to do with Nechka.
Accessories made using ancient names forging techniques. For what's only supposed to be a pretty souvenir, this inscription contains a phlogiston engraving with a truly overkill level of complexity. The shapes and patterns of these engravings are also identical to that of an ancient name. By making just a few slight adjustments to the layout and connections of the main pattern, you can pretty much qualify this blaze gem inscription as a bona fide ancient name. And yet, you've never told anyone about these engravings in the blaze gem inscriptions that can be activated at any time. Am I right, Auntie?
I knew you were a sharp one, Xilonen. That's right. I have a way to cure Nechka and restore all her memories. It's actually quite simple. I want to forge an ancient name for Nechka that contains all of her past memories.
She's stealing memories, yeah. But ancient names must be approved by the wild.
And the reason they must be approved by the Wyab is because the memories they bear are all stored within the ley lines. Extracting those memories from the ley lines requires the Wyab's assistance. But your plan wouldn't need you to do any of that, right, Auntie? Your blaze gem inscriptions will help you complete that part of your plan in the ley line's place. You will use the inscriptions to form a massive memory bank for Nechka. And the ancient names you're trying to forge will be used to extract corresponding memories from the memory bank.
A memory bank? Wait, so the reason all those people were having trouble remembering stuff is because the blaze gem inscriptions took away any memories related to Nechka?
Damn. Her life was still witnessed by other people.
Using other people's memories of Nechka to reconstruct her past? This is the first time I've heard of such an idea.
You've seen through my plans, Xilonen. You're as outstanding as ever. Far more brilliant than me. I intend to use this method to collate all the memories related to Nechka and allow her to regain her past again.
What an extracting memories like that hurt the person
You could
carrying
just
the
ask for
Blaze Gem
consent.
inscription?
I feel like some people would be down for that. With
Not at all.
consent.
Every time a Blaze Gem inscription extracts memories, the process is under my precise control. That way, there's no chance of anyone in the tribe getting hurt. This is the central inscription that controls all the other Blaze Gem inscriptions.
They call it a memory bank because it's only working at the most inconvenient hours. So true.
Which will also soon serve as Nechka's ancient name.
You made all of this yourself, plus Oli?
That's still a lot to do on your own.
Yes, it was lots and lots of work. It was truly exhausting. Or perhaps I've just grown old.
But to forge an ancient name means to sacrifice your own life, so she's sacrificing
saw
her
it
own life for her
yourself.
daughter.
I nearly fainted just from being in the sun. I could collapse tomorrow, or even in the next few moments. But Nechka's ancient name is still far from completion. I've solved the issue of storing memories, but I still don't know how to connect Nechka up to this central inscription.
I thought you just modify your own ancient name.
I considered it, but this matter doesn't have anything to do with my ancient name. It's of no help to me, and I don't need its help now.
You know the price to pay for making something like this.
Yes, I do. But as long as I can get my Nechka back, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Otherwise, Nechka won't have any chance of reclaiming her past once I'm dead and gone.
Does it really
She
matter?
won't remember me,
though?
and she won't even remember why her name is Nechka.
Like,
When that time
hold
comes,
on.
She will be left to drift around the world all alone, unknowing of where she came from or where she should go.
But she can form new memories, presumably. Unless I'm misunderstanding, is she constantly forgetting? Or did she just forget everything before a certain point, and now she's remembering everything from a certain point forwards? Because I feel like those are two different things. Like, if she's remembering everything from a certain point forwards, she can just... Like, obviously, it's sad that she doesn't have those former memories, but she can still, like, make new memories. She's only a kid. She can still, like, grow up and, you know, live a life. Write down the things that happen to her. If you want to, but, like, it makes no sense to sacrifice your life as her mother, the person who's supposed to take care of her, for some memories when she could just make new ones, unless she's constantly forgetting them. I am also reminded of the second Archon quest in Sumeru with the Sub-Zero's Festival Samsara, where Nahida was like able to make our memories each time and re-give them to us so we would remember each time. They should just hit up Nahida.
She is my daughter, the one to whom I gave the Nechka name. Whether it be as her mother or as a name engraver, I can't simply stand by and let her name disappear.
I want her to recognize me as her mother, so I'm going to kill myself. Like, what? This is odd. Okay. Shh, let her think about this for a moment.
I'll take the central inscription with me. I'm going to completely disassemble it to confirm its components and uses, and I won't make any promises until I've checked everything. Say goodnight to Nechka for me, Auntie.
Oh, wait. I've also finished the inscriptions for the Traveler in Paimon. Let me fetch them for
I'm
you.
not fucking taking that shit. Do not give that to
It took me
me.
so long to finish them.
Hold on, Auntie. The Traveler and Paimon have never met Nechka before, so you can't draw any memories from them.
That wasn't my intention. They're just ordinary gifts. Please, take them.
I don't trust this lady.
What was that noise?
Nechka must have woken up and wants to get out of bed on her own. Sorry, I'll go check on her first. Nechka, don't try to get out of bed. Just tell Mom if you need anything.
You go ahead and take care of Nechka, Auntie. Let's go.
I want to see this kid.
There are a few things I want to tell you.
Yeah, I'm sus. I'm very suspicious of her, yeah. Especially because of the themes that are apparently in this
Let's head back to
quest.
the tribe first. There are some things I need to get from my workshop. Disassembling the central inscription? It's not going to be easy.
Her names are incredibly important, but it makes it seem like she cares more about the name than the actual kid. Yeah.
You two can wait outside for a moment. I just need to go in and grab something. The workshop is a little messy, so unfortunately, I won't be able to show you around.
A mess is what I like best.
Oh, yeah, that's not really what I mean. It's not the mess that's really the problem. It's just that the workshop is cluttered with way too much stuff. Books, files, and even ancient texts I got from the Masters of the Nightwind.
Hoyo just didn't want to render it. I get it.
Probably won't know where to step once you're inside. Kachina suffered quite an unfortunate series of events the last time she went inside. Well, I suppose it was my fault for being so focused on searching for information at the time that I forgot to lock the door. After entering the workshop, she was shocked to find herself face to face with a massive woven scroll from the Masters of the Nightwind, and then she turned around and knocked over a huge stack of forging blueprints. She tried to step out of the way, but tripped on a poster tube that was behind her, and then boom! The forging blueprints came crashing down right onto her head.
Poor Kachina.
No!
Was Kachina okay?
She's lucky I noticed in time. I found Kachina in a daze and managed to save her before an entire set of the history of the Children of Echoes was about to bury her. I then dragged her up to the second floor. Ever since then, Kachina always waits outside the door and doesn't dare take a step in whenever she comes to see me.
Aw. Are there really that many books inside?
Yeah, you're an artisan and craftswoman after all. We thought there would be weapons and armor hanging all over the place. But it seems more like a library than a workshop.
Well,
Get
my
Ash in there.
primary work is forging ancient names, which is much trickier than making swords and tools. Aside from the necessary craftsmanship, I also need to consult many ancient texts. You probably already know that each ancient name represents a certain spirit, behind which are countless related stories to support it. In other words, the essence of an ancient name is the physical manifestation of a certain spiritual will. And as a name engraver, when I'm working on a new ancient name, I'm not only trying to give it a physical shape, but more importantly, I'm also trying to understand the spirit contained within the name. And to do that, I have to collect as many related stories as possible and read through them all.
I thought that crafting an ancient name took the life of the carver. Doesn't it take the life of the creator? Unless that was only for creating an ancient name for someone who wasn't from Natlan. Might only be for Natlan? Okay.
But, as you might know, people tend to add a lot of extraneous details when it comes to stories about themselves. For stories that have been clearly exaggerated or altered, I must gather other related stories and information as cross-references. This way, I can filter out all the absurd and exaggerated details and restore the person's life to its true nature. Only in true stories can you find the authentic spirit. And this is the only way for the spirit to become an ancient name that matches its essence.
We've heard about the concept behind ancient names before, but after hearing you explain the details, Paimon can't help but think that ancient names are really powerful.
So then I'm kind of wondering, is Tlatoli actually, like, slowly killing herself with it, or no? And if she still kind of is, maybe it's because, like, she's not doing it the proper way. She's doing it, like, a really, like, back alley kind of way. And that's what's taking a big toll on her. Works is that less information there is available to the engraver and to the wire, the more life force is required of the engraver. Gotcha, yeah. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. If only they could be even more powerful.
Well, no matter how powerful ancient names could be, they would never be able to suddenly turn into a blade or allow you to smash through an entire cliff in one punch. It's just a form of spiritual power that's passed down from generation to generation. It doesn't have those kinds of physically tangible effects.
I think it could
take your own
Abyss
names,
Juice
for
too as
example.
well, yeah.
From the moment you appeared in this world, some person had already prepared a blessing for you. And that person then condensed this blessing into your name. and gave it to you as a gift. It
We
may
are
feel
not
like
from
the
this
moment
world,
you
though.
received your name is already in the past, but it will always stay with you and move with you in the future. Names are blessings for the future from people standing in the past. Well, that's what Auntie once told me. With this blessing, people will become more confident as they walk into their future. To put it another way, it's like having a lamp in your hand as you walk through the darkness of night.
Oh, Paimon gets that. If you're alone when you're walking in the dark, it's easy to get scared and tired quickly. But if someone else is walking with you, then it won't be nearly as scary. And, well, you might still get tired, but it'll still be a whole lot better than walking alone. The
True.
traveler always has Paimon by her side, though, so she'll never have to worry about that.
I feel like this is kind of Lori.
Oh, Paimon sure many wish they could be in your shoes, traveler.
Please, you're always the one to get tired when we're on the road.
Paimon's always flying. Of course it gets tiring. But we're getting off topic. We can talk about that later.
Try not to fall asleep on me next time.
Anyway, this is what Clisoli told me when I was training as a name engraver. And to be honest, I've only understood 20% of what she said at most. I've never been able to figure out the rest.
But doesn't that mean you basically don't get it?
Well, that's not entirely true. Auntie and I have at least come to a consensus on the most important thing. You know what? I am sick of talking. We can talk about all of this later. Please, wait a moment while I grab my things.
You can't just stop when you're about to reveal the thing. Bam! Xilonen opens the door and walks into her workshop. Some unsettling crashing sounds come from the workshop, followed by some agonizing creaks and squeaks. Eventually, Xilonen rushes out the door with a box in her arms. She then turns around and kicks the door closed, shutting the sound of dusty books falling to the ground inside.
Did you hear a whole section of something collapse in there just now?
It's fine, it's fine. It was just a bunch of very old ancient name records. I've already made copies of them. I kept this set of phlogiston wedges in the back, so it wasn't easy to take out. I had to resort to brute force. Come
This
on,
reminds me of my
let's
granddad.
go disassemble the central inscription. It shouldn't take long. Here we are. This is the place.
This cliff is pretty high. What are we going to do here? Are we going to climb to the very top and then throw this inscription down the cliff?
We're disassembling it, not destroying it, Paimon.
I'm going to use phlogiston to make an engraving circle on the cliff wall. That will allow me to investigate the internals of the central inscription. Now let me see if this thing can even turn on. I was still an apprentice last time I used it. Before we attempt to engrave the inside pattern of an ancient name with phlogiston, we always use this to draw out the engraving diagram on a cliff or open ground. Only after we've confirmed that phlogiston can flow properly through the internal engravings can we start formally working on the small internal engravings of the ancient name. If we want to dismantle the central inscription in a non-destructive manner, we'll have to use this thing. I really don't want to engrave such a large diagram with my bare hands.
Oh, so you'll be able to see what it looks like on the inside without ruining Tlasoli's inscription?
For the most part. If it were just an ordinary unfinished ancient name piece, I'd just take it apart and pour phlogiston into the internal engravings to see everything. But since it's a central inscription, it would be better not to destroy the blessing that Auntie has prepared for Nechka.
I don't know if it's a
So,
blessing.
Xilonen, does this central inscription fall under the 20% you understand about ancient names, or the other 80% you don't understand?
There's an 80% chance that it's part of the 20%.
Oh, don't worry. As I said, Auntie and I share an understanding of the most important principle, which is names are intrinsically valuable. Only by having names can things be sorted and categorized. They allow the world to become more orderly and identifiable. For example, when I order ore, I would usually say I need volcanic crystals of about 35% purity and no more than 3% of impurities. Without specific names, I would only be able to go to the ore merchant and say, I want this and this.
Oh,
No,
this-
this isn't it. That one. No, not that one either. Yeah, you see what I mean?
I mean, it makes
Names are a
sense.
crucial part of how we standardize our workflow.
Names and
Without
labels.
names, phew, the work would be impossible.
That's why, like, people always say, like, oh, I don't like labels. And I'm like, you might not like labels, but, like, labels are important for communication. Makes sense.
Yes, because forging ancient names is first and foremost a technical job. There's no debating that. As for the question of why it's important, as long as it does not affect your ability to perform your work, you'll gradually understand it as you put the process into practice.
Sounds like the most efficient approach.
After all, creating an ancient name is quite the complicated process. Well, let me break it down even further. We're not in the tribe right now anyway.
I just stepped that. Oh,
Essentially,
okay.
by forging ancient names, I'm assigning nicknames to the heroes in Natlan's history. Giving someone a name is a subjective expression. You just need to express your hopes and wishes for them. But giving someone a nickname is a much more objective expression. To come up with a fitting and accurate nickname requires much thought and observation. If ancient names or nicknames aren't descriptive enough, no one will remember them anyway. So the best I can do is gather all the information I could and try to come up with the most fitting nicknames possible. Even a minor mistake in the process could cause people to misunderstand the nickname. For a name engraver such as myself, such mistakes would be considered a major blunder.
Paimon, nicknames are your specialty.
Paimon isn't trying to come up with a nickname for Xilonen. Besides, all of Paimon's nicknames have been very descriptive. Everyone can remember them.
Tone deaf bard.
Now I'm curious. Why don't you, come up with one for me?
Are you serious?
Of course. This is also my line of work, you know. Go ahead.
Do it, do it, do it.
A nickname? Xilonen. Well, she uses phlogiston to forge weapons and make names for others.
You better, you better make a good one. Don't overstress, Paimon.
Smith?
Yeah, not bad, and quite fitting too. I'll remember it. But, you should keep observing my work, Paimon. Maybe you'll come up with an even better nickname.
Stress a bit more, Paimon.
Right, okay. Time to make like a smith and start smithing. Watch closely.
The people demand Guna much. Oh, cool. Okay, wait, we can check. Alright, is it gonna be... Hey! Fucking the bless. Alright.
Adjust the inclination by 2 degrees. Stop. The error margin is within an acceptable amount, but I'll extend the inscription link a little more just to be safe. I'll leave some space here. When the linked engravings are activated, the inscriptions here will overlap with each other. And there! That should complete the flow.
Nice.
Amazing, Xilonen! You were running all over that cliff as if it was flat ground!
That whole section, they were like, pull for Xilonen. Do it, do it. She can, like, skate up and down the cliffs and look at her legs, look at her ass. That's what they were saying. Is that the power of the Children of Echoes?
Oh no, it doesn't have anything to do with my tribe. It's just the, phlogiston adhesive I have on my shoes. But after all that running around, I'll have to infuse them with more phlogiston again. Huh. I should prepare a spare supply of phlogiston to bring with me next time.
Don't tell me you're actually already covered head to toe in work equipment.
More or less, yeah. I usually have at least the key equipment on hand. I can show them to you when we next find the time, but let's get to work first. Let me see. Start with anchor 1 and activate it with density 3 phlogiston.
Should be everything. Why have Hoyo gone down the foot route? It's deeply unclear. In every single one of their games, it's just foot girls for
A
miles.
super huge diagram just appeared!
Ooh.
Lasoli's central inscription is even floating!
Wait, does that mean that there's connections with the graffiti in Natlan with ancient names? After some time, the blast of phlogiston cease, and the essential inscription returns to Xilonen's hands.
So are you done checking the inscription, Xilonen? How does it look?
I didn't find any anomalies in the phlogiston engraving. All the adjustments are indeed based on ancient name engraving techniques.
So you're saying that everything's normal?
That means we can help Lasoli and Nichka now, right?
I don't trust
well,
this.
Probably, but I have good news and bad news. Oh, but I'm also just going to go ahead and share both, so it's not like you'll have a choice in the matter.
Paimon will cover her ears after the good news.
Paimon!
Even if you cover your ears, the issue will still continue to exist. But, you know, before we get to that, I want to ask the Traveler a question. What are your thoughts on absorbing memories?
It somehow doesn't seem right.
I knew you felt the same way, and that'll save me some initial explanation. I've never been very good at that anyway. It's, hard to control the absorption of memories. Technically speaking, this type of inscription has the power to do far more than absorb memories related to a single person. By herself, Auntie can't handle that level and scope of work, but if she has accomplices, it is completely possible for her to use this inscription to accomplish far bigger things.
Accomplices? You make it sound like she's committing a crime!
I mean,
Well,
she kind
here's
of
the good news.
is.
Yes, this Blaze Gem inscription would be the perfect tool to commit crimes, but we haven't found any accomplices or signs that she intends to put it to such uses. From a purely objective standpoint, we can consider that possibility as yet to be confirmed for now. The bad news is, there's still an underlying problem with this Blaze Gem inscription.
You would
that cannot be
download a
ignored.
memory.
I believe I've mentioned this before. Ancient names operate with the help of the Wyab, granting them the power to read information kept in the ley lines. In this process, the Wyab actually function like relays, helping the ancient name bearer sense the information from within the ley lines. If you remove the Wyab from the process and don't use any tools, then finding a specific story is akin to trying to scoop up a specific grain of sand from a rushing river.
So before you were even able to retrieve the sand, you would most likely drown.
Yeah, exactly. Anyone who attempts to do so will likely lose most of their cognitive function or become a babbling madman who talks to themselves all day long. Now, let's consider
you say
the
about me?
memories that Auntie has gathered as the ley line, and Nichka as the only ancient name bearer of this ley line. There's no way Auntie would let Nichka plunge into the river of memories without any tools. She'd only be overwhelmed by the surge of memories. And considering that Nichka has forgotten all of her past, she'll be unable to work on her own to accurately find the correct past. Only Aunt Lasoli can help her filter the correct memories of her past. So, if my hypothesis is correct, Auntie is actually planning on turning herself into Nichka's Wyab to help her extract the corresponding memories in the different situations she may face. In an ideal world, this would be perfectly fine. As long as every extracted memory is correct, Nichka would essentially be getting her past back. And I also believe that there won't be any mistakes in everything that Auntie remembers about Nichka. But Auntie is not a Wyab. Her body won't be able to handle the load for long.
I feel like there's stuff that I'm not fully understanding just yet, but like this all seems bad. So at any moment she might just...
How can we solve this problem? No matter how we try, Lasoli will...
She's ready to pay the price.
Names are blessings for the future from people standing in the past. I've also made up my mind. Come on, let's go see Auntie.
Xilonen. It looks like you've made your decision. Am I right?
Yes, here's some research that I've done. You can reference it to modify the way the central inscription operates. I'll also help you continue working on the Blaze Gem inscriptions, but I must have complete control over all the inscriptions and the ability to oversee their
Oh, she's letting
uses.
her do it?
The memories that can be absorbed by the inscription will be limited solely to Nichka's past. We'll plan a set time frame together from which the memories can be drawn from shortly. If you attempt to extract any memories beyond this scope, then I'll consider that as committing a criminal act and halt all work related to the central inscription.
I'm curious about this because Xilonen seems to think that Tlazoli might try and extract any memories that don't pertain to Nichka, which makes me a little bit sus.
After the memory bank is constructed, the Blaze Gem inscription's absorption functions must be stopped immediately. Only functionalities for outputting memories will be kept.
I accept. Thank you, Xilonen.
Yeah, stealing any memories is a crime. Without consent.
Auntie, you know I can't stand it when you do this. If you needed my help, you should have just said so. There's no need to beat around the bush like you did.
Using technology for ancient names to forge other things without permission is no trivial matter.
Yes, it's a major departure from the technology's intended use, but it's nothing compared to a child who needs help, compared to a name that's about to be lost. But once this is all over, you must come with me to see Pakal and discuss everything that happened.
That's fine. I'm willing to accept any punishment for my little Nichka.
I don't think this is like
all right,
a
let's clear off
necessary
the table and come up with a plan.
thing that Nichka needs. She just needs love and support in her life going forward.
Control the Blaze Gem inscription on her own and extract the memories from her past. Oh, by the way, did you give the book to Nichka?
How could I just hand her a birthday present that you specially brought for her? I've picked out a box and packaged it up. Wait till her birthday and then bring it to her. It'll be a nice surprise.
No, it's just an old book. There's no need to...
Oh, is Nichka up again? But what was all that noise? It sounded like something broke.
Oh no, did she fall?
Uh-oh. That's not good. Let's go have a look.
Nichka, don't hurt yourself.
You're too busy being startled.
Xilonen, is that you? You're Nichka?
How many times have I told you? Don't get out of bed on your own. You were running a fever yesterday.
Hello, Nichka.
Thank you for the book. I've already read it several times.
I have a lot of questions. First of all, why were they like hiding her face at the start, only for her face to look normal? Second of all, didn't her mom say that she wasn't going to give it to her yet?
You've already read it? But didn't Tlazoli package up the book that Xilonen brought?
Eye color? Maybe?
No. She's all mixed up. The one she read isn't from Xilonen. It's one I bought for her before. A few days ago, she told me she wanted a book. I know nothing about these kinds of books, so I had no choice but to go to the tribe and look for a copy. I eventually found one and bought it for her. I put it in her room once I got back. Soon after, she suddenly developed a fever. I was so busy taking care of her that I forgot about the book and even forgot that she had asked you for a gift.
I am starting to lean towards the idea that Nichka isn't her actual daughter, and maybe she had a daughter that died, and she is trying to give false memories to this other kid.
Auntie, do you know which version of the book you bought?
Which version?
She's sus.
The shopkeeper said it was the one with the perfect ending to the story. Apparently that's the only one you can find on the market now. Ugh.
Postnatal psychosis,
it's all
yeah.
my fault. You wasted your money, and now it won't even be a surprise.
Oh, it's all right. It's just a book. As long as Nichka enjoys it, that's what matters.
Oh, right. Nichka probably doesn't know us.
You're Paimon and Miss Traveler. Mom told me about you.
Oh! Seems like everyone knows who we are now.
Hello, Nichka.
Yeah, Nichka seems to be doing pretty well today. Since she's been stuck indoors for the last few days, why don't we take her out for a walk?
I think the Traveler is sus as well. I feel like Xilonen is sus and she's trying to get Nichka out of the environment to kind of talk to her or just see how she reacts to certain situations. And the fact that we've approached to check her fever, I'm also surprised that Tlazoli didn't kind of like wave us away, like bat us away or whatever. The fact that we're checking Munchausen's, yeah. Seems the fever's gone.
Take her for a walk. But considering her condition, I don't think she...
Oh, don't worry, Auntie. She'll be safe with the Traveler and me.
Enjoy your
We
life
won't
on.
leave the tribe, and if anything comes up, we'll be sure to find the doctor immediately. Besides, it's her birthday in a few days, and we need to go to the tribe to buy some things. Let's give her a proper celebration. What do you think, Auntie?
I promise I'll be good, Mom. Didn't you say before that I need more fresh air?
All right. As you wish. I also happen to have a few repaired Blaze Gem inscriptions that I need to get back to the tribe. We can go together.
She's inviting
Wait for a moment.
herself.
I'll go get Nichka's water bottle and some towels. Some medicine. Oh, and a parasol.
Tlazoli enters Nichka's room. After quickly packing, she comes back out.
Talk about being prepared.
We can camp out with all that stuff.
It doesn't hurt to be prepared. Okay, let's go. Please be good now, Nichka. Don't cause any trouble for Xilonen and the others.
Oh, you can let me carry these. And don't be a stranger, Nichka. Feel free to tell us anything. And even I was quite a handful for Auntie when I was little.
Yeah! It's not often you get to go out to play, so just have fun. Everything will be fine.
If you don't stir up some trouble when you're little, then you'll never get the chance again.
Okay, thanks everyone. And please don't worry, Mom. I'll be good.
Let's go look for Ignal. I've had her Blaze Gem inscription for a while now, and I'll finally return it to her today.
The fact that they're still doing the Blaze Gem inscriptions, and we haven't told the people whose memories are being stolen, it feels kind of we're participating in something that's deeply unethical. Like, I feel like we shouldn't be allowing her to continue doing this. Why was there such a focus on Nichka being naughty, is what I want to know.
Tosoli, what brings you to the tribe today? Oh, and Nichka too! Oh, she seems to be doing much better now. She's even out and about. I'm sure it won't be long before she'll be playing with Chanil and the others.
I hope so. Here, Ignal. This is your inscription. I've finished repairing it.
Oh, thank you for bringing it back for me. Oh, by the way, I came across a piece of good quality ore a while ago. I was thinking of using it to make some pretty jewelry for little Nichka. I remember that Nichka would become so happy every time she saw a shiny ring.
Oh.
Right, Nichka?
I'm sure she'd love that. Thank you.
Awkward.
My pleasure. Give me a moment. I'll bring the ore.
Oh, I can make the jewelry for her. What kind would you like, Nichka?
I would like...
Something shaped like an embercore flower would be nice. She was always asking me before to make her an ancient name with an embercore flower design.
She keeps talking for her daughter. If I'm right, and if this isn't actually her daughter and she's trying to make her into her daughter, she's trying to like push the likes and dislikes of her actual daughter onto her.
Noted. I'll make that as a gift for her next birthday. Sorry, Nichka. It won't be a surprise for you.
That's okay. Thank you, Xilonen.
Found it! Sorry to keep you waiting. Here, please take it. By the way, Nechka, feel free to write to me if you ever want to know more about ores. Well, I was shocked last time when you wrote me out of the blue asking for a volcanic crystal.
Is she gonna get in trouble for this?
Sorry about that. She can hardly contain her curiosity now that she started to recover.
What's up here?
She's still too weak to go out whenever she wants, so she begs me every day to help her write letters to people in the tribe about all sorts of things.
That's how you know she's one of the children of echoes. It's normal for us to be interested in ore.
Everything's looking up! Oh, we're just like the main character in the new version of To Kill the Brave, when he was about to save his brother Remak. According to the story, we should be right around... let Paimon see... To kill prayed to the goddess of mountains and fire. Let my brother's name ever live on! I am willing to sacrifice my heart and blood in return! The goddess replied, I've heard your prayer, but your brother is no longer your kin. His name has sunken into the deepest of depths.
Then Tequil said, turn my blood to fire so my heart may illuminate the depths. I will bring my brother back before my blood runs dry.
Oh, you remembered that whole line, Nechka? Paimon remembers that's exactly what the book... huh? Wait, what did the book say?
You forgot? But didn't you just read it, Paimon?
Paimon finished both books in one sitting. A lot of their content is nearly the same, so it's easy to get mixed up. But the ending in the older version is more interesting, even if it's hard for kids to, well, completely understand. Oh, wait! Nechka hasn't read the other ending. It's okay, just wait a bit and Paimon will read it out for you.
That's not true. Actually, I already know the other ending.
You already know the other ending? But didn't you only read the edition your mom got for you?
Hey, what are you all chatting about so happily?
Huh? Mom, Miss Traveler and I were just talking about the ending of that book. We were just talking about how the bad guy was defeated and everyone returned home safely. It's a really happy ending.
That's not the other ending she was talking about.
Aren't happy endings always nice? But if you already read the whole thing, then what will Mom have to read to you at bedtime? Guess you'll have to go to bed early tonight, but I'll buy you some more fairy tales next time, okay?
Okay, Mom.
So how's the ore?
It's pretty good quality. I'll be able to give Nechka a beautiful and durable piece of jewelry for her next birthday. But, you know, for now, let's focus on celebrating her upcoming birthday. Where are we headed to next, Auntie?
Next, let's visit Apaish-Palan. He should be close by. Stay close, Nechka. Don't go too far.
Yes, Mom.
Why do my eyebrows keep twitching today? Strange.
That means you're about to hit the jackpot, Apaish-Palan.
I didn't expect to have 2 name engravers coming in today. Welcome. What are you looking to buy, Tlazoli? I'll give you a discount like usual.
Whoa! Offering a discount just like that? Tlasoli sure has connections.
She was once our name engraver and did a lot for the tribe. It's only fair that I offer her a discount.
Thank you for your generosity. I've finished repairing your Blaze Gem inscription. Here, have a look. Come on, Nechka. Say thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Why does she have to
So
say thank
this
you?
is Nechka.
It's got nothing to do
Tlazoli
with
showed
her.
me some pictures before. It looks like you're doing much better now. How about this? Go ahead and pick anything you'd like from the store. Think of it as a gift from me.
No, that's all right. Mom told me that you've already given a lot to our family.
Oh, well, that was for your family. I've never given anything just for you. If you don't feel like it, you can also let your mom choose for you.
Oh, no need to stand on ceremony, Auntie. Go ahead and pick something for Nachka. His drills and small clamps are good quality. The measurements of each part are exact, and they're always very durable. I always come here to buy things if I find myself in a pinch. Oh, do you have any child-friendly safety scissors? I remember seeing a few different styles.
I have a few in stock, but I put them in the back. Let me bring some out for you to pick.
Oh, no need to bring them all the way here. Why don't we just go in the back and choose there? It should only take a moment.
I don't know much about that kind of scissors. Why don't you just go yourself and...
Well, there are too many different designs and varieties of kid scissors. If you don't come and help me choose, I won't be able to pick one that Nachka would like.
She's trying
Come on,
to
Auntie. It'll only take a
separate her
moment.
mom and Nachka.
And there goes Xilonen dragging Tlasoli off to buy more stuff. Whew, what a busy day.
Let's just wait for them here.
I won't run off. Paimon, who's your favorite character in To Kill the Brave?
Paimon's favorite? To Kill, of course. He went through a lot to rescue his family. In the old version of the story, he was never able to reunite with his family, but he was still really strong and fought as best as he could.
They're hardly that far away. He's a brave character.
What about you, Nachka? Which character do you like?
She's looking back at us.
I like Remak.
Oh, the one who was possessed by Quatlique, but never forgot his brother Tequil. He was also an amazing character. If it wasn't for his determination, both he and his brother would have been defeated by Quatlique in the final battle.
Never even noticed that, yeah. Seems like you were really immersed in the story.
Of course! A story's only interesting if you can really get immersed in it. Hey, Nachka, why don't we play pretend? You can be Remak, and Paimon will be Tequil, okay?
You just like reciting epic lines.
Miss Traveler, can I play the role of Quatlique?
But isn't she the villain? In the old version, she even ate Remak and took on his appearance.
You said it yourself. That's the old version.
Ah, right. She read the version with a happy ending. And that one, Quatlique was defeated and the brothers both survived. Well, it doesn't matter. Only the lines at the end were different. You can go on ahead and say your favorite lines, Nachka. Paimon's read both versions, so she'll be able to play along.
My favorite line is the one from the end. It's...
Come here, Nachka. Look at you. You're sweating.
Mom!
Let me wipe your forehead. Now, drink some water. This child. You forget everything as soon as you start playing.
We've picked something out for Nachka. A Paishpalan will deliver it to Auntie's house once he's packaged it up. How was Nachka?
Oh, we were just about to get to the exciting part.
Xilonen, did you leave us with Nachka on purpose?
Really? Oh, now that Paimon thinks about it, Xilonen has dragged Tlasoli away from us a couple of times now. But why?
Nachka has a strange look on her face.
Let's talk later. Just trust me and act normal for now. Oh, we should head to our last stop, Auntie. It's real hot today, and we shouldn't let Nachka be in the heat for too long.
Right. Let's go see Chevin and head back home. I finished repairing your blaze gem inscription, Chevin. I've also reinforced it, so it shouldn't fall apart so easily now.
She's watching her.
Thank you. How about the volcanic crystal? Was it usable?
Yes. Thanks for that.
You're welcome. I just want to see Nachka get better.
Thank you, Miss Chevin.
It's fine. Honestly, you're both too polite for your own good.
I was wondering where you got the ore for such a large-scale blaze gem inscription. So you must be one of Auntie's accomplices, then.
Huh?
Oh, Xilonen.
We already know what's going on.
We're all doing our best for Nichka.
You had me worried there. I thought we'd been found out. We'd be in real trouble if Pakal ever got wind of it. To be honest, I won't be able to cover
Miscal?
it up for much longer. I've been traveling away from home every few days, and the ore reserves have noticeably decreased. The last time Pakal came and asked me about it, I could only say that I'd been using up a lot of ore to research new styles of jewelry. As for why I had been leaving so often, I said that I had found a new ore vein and wanted to extract some new gems from it. Sorry. I've been talking my head off. Please, come in and have a seat.
Miscal.
Sure, we can sit for a moment,
What the fuck?
Miss Chevin, can I go see some of the jewelry over there?
You mean Amisha's work? Sure, go ahead. Remember to stay in the shade as much as you can.
Paimon wants to go too! We'll go together. Paimon hasn't looked at Natlan's jewelry very closely yet.
If the price is good, we could buy you a whole set.
Really? Then Paimon's gonna take a good look at what they have.
Paimon can be a good actress when she wants to be. She's just shit the rest
You
of the
haven't bought
times.
any jewelry for a while, Auntie. Why don't you pick one out?
Shilonen's taking class solely with her again.
Come on, Nichka! We don't know anything about Natlan's jewelry, so you can help us pick something out.
It's so easy to bait Paimon into being
Traveler?
genuine, yeah.
Come here, Nachka.
Huh?
Sorry, Chevin and Xilonen, but it's already getting late. We should be heading back now. It'll be Nachka's birthday in a few days, and there's still a lot for us to do before then.
No problem. I'll be sure to bring her some beautiful jewelry to celebrate.
Do you reckon Chevin has any idea what's going on?
Mom,
You're getting hot again. Here, Mom will carry you. Let's get going. You forget to take care of yourself once you start playing. Let's go back and we'll have a talk.
I didn't.
Nachka, I never taught you to lie.
Sorry, Mom.
Nichka's looking at us. Paimon feels like something's not right. What should we do?
Stay quiet. Let's see what Xilonen says.
No, Nachka was having so much fun today that she forgot the time. It's not a big deal. Let me help carry her home. I'm worried you would also have to recover if you carried her the whole way.
No, it's fine. I'll carry her. Let's go, Nachka. It's time to go home.
Clausoli declines your help and leaves the tribe carrying Nachka. Wish I could have read the rest of that. Epic parental gaslighting, yeah. I've definitely seen this before. A lot of shots of fate.
Thank you, everyone, for spending so much time with us today. Please be sure to come to Nachka's birthday party.
We'll be there.
All right. It's nearly bedtime for Nachka, so let's part our ways here.
Oh, Auntie, remember to give her the book, that copy of To Kill the Brave I brought. I went to a lot of trouble to find it.
I understand. Really, do you think I'd let your efforts go to waste? It's very special to receive a book from you. I'm
That
sure
look
she'll
on her
put it somewhere
face.
safe. Right, Nachka?
Yeah. Thanks, Xilonen.
Oh, put it somewhere? Isn't she going to read it?
Well, I've read the story to her many times already. She's even memorized nearly every line.
No, that won't be a problem, Auntie. Nachka's probably never heard this version of To Kill the Brave.
Oh, what's different about this version?
The majority is about the same, but the ending is different from the one that you bought her. The one I gave her is the unedited version that was originally published. It was released long before Nachka fell ill.
Oh, but I remember you were never very interested in fairy tales, Xilonen.
Huh. Well, I was just thinking that if what you said about Nechka's illness is true, she shouldn't be able to remember anything about her past before her illness.
Oh shit! Wow.
So, the ending to the original version of To Kill the Brave is also part of the past that she should have forgotten. In other words, if she hasn't recently read the old version of the story, then she shouldn't possibly know the ending, right?
I don't understand. Why are you so concerned about the ending of this book? Even if she does remember the ending, what does that prove? Maybe she snuck out somewhere when I wasn't watching and read the first edition of the story.
Oh, okay, that is a possibility. After all, she does remember things that have happened recently. In which case, yeah, let's go ask around the tribe and see if anyone remembers Nechka reading the book. There are only a few shops in the tribe that sell books, or we can just ask Nechka where she'd read it.
The memories that she's stealing. Is she actually stealing people's memories of the real Nechka? So they don't realize that this is not her?
The booksellers all have inscriptions, so there's a chance that their memories...
So, you admit that the inscriptions can affect the tribe's current memories? I was very clear that I would consider that a crime and would stop all work on it.
There must be a few more books at home. I
do not wish to see your blood be reduced to ash, but I have seen the light of your heart and spirit.
I beg your pardon?
Nechka, where did you read that book? Answer me.
Go home, Nechka. Are you disobeying me?
You're the one who wrote me the letter, Nechka. You're the one who wanted the book. Only you can speak for yourself. We're listening, Nechka. Right here, right now.
Remember my name, brother. As long as you remember me, I will never have left.
Silence.
That's the line from the old ending. Nechka remembers it. I know everything. Xilonen, help me, please. Something's blocking the door.
Get back!
Oh shit!
Xilonen, wait for us.
The tunnel is blocked. We can't go in. There might also be traps.
Whoa.
What?
What are all those things on Nechka's walls?
It seems Auntie put all the extra inscriptions she made here.
Wait. They got inside the fucking door first. Wait, what? How did... I'm sorry. How did Tlazoli get Nechka inside and away this fucking fast? Where did they go?
If she's trying to finish that ancient name, there's only one place she could go. Come on, follow me.
An abyss energy? Oh yeah, I wonder if she's like been taken over by abyssal shit. That barrow is purple. True. A workshop that Tlazoli announced had been abandoned and sealed off. Now an ominous crackling echoes within. Yeah, I was right about the domain. Huh, interesting. Oh, I bet these are accomplices. Is it gonna let me bring my Xilonen? No! Why wouldn't you let me bring mine? Mine is so much better.
This place?
Okay.
Auntie's workshop. It was supposedly closed after she stepped down from her position in the tribe.
This is huge!
But it appears that we've all been deceived.
This is fucking massive! What are you talking about?
Why are there people up ahead?
If you're up to shady business, you have to hire shady people to help you. Let's go, don't hesitate!
Stop right there! You asked for it!
Oh, that was easy. Whee. Ugh, she's got ugly wings as well because she's a trial version. Grump.
Bring it.
Oh, hello? No. Fuck. Yeah, I got the chest. I'm just checking for anything else that I might miss. They get stuck in night soil, gets completely drained. Yeah. It's a little bit buggy. Hello?
What's this?
Transfixed.
Right now, emerge.
Justice will prevail.
Damn. You're right. This domain is cool. Chest! What happens when I press this? Oh, it just does minor damage to me, okay. Oh, hello. Okay. Oh. God damn. How are the Traveler and Paimon supposed to make this? Oh. This is a really cool domain though. It's very twisty-turny. Whee! Oh wait, I've got to wait for cooldown.
Bring it.
Alright, let's finish this fast. Right now, right here.
The
right
fucking
now.
unison.
Drop your weapons. Hands where I can see them.
Oh, hello.
Yes, you are.
Hello.
The door's closed here too. Where should we go now?
The transport system seems to still be functioning. Let's go look for the controls and get this cart running again. Maybe it can take us further inside.
The other Natlan characters, right? Oh, it does feel Child Story Quest. You're right.
Let's keep going.
Oh, it's yeah, it's cool. I like it. Is that the only? Okay. What? Oh, did I take too long? Okay. Otherwise, it took close. Yeah, seems so. Hello? Damn, this is cool. Let me through. Hello? There we go.
Yep.
Oh, Scar Factory? Yeah, true. What? Oh. A bitch needs those primos. You got all of them? Excellent. Whoa. Dragon shit.
You got here quick. Impressive.
See,
Nichka's up there! What are you planning to do to her?
the fuck? Also, this would slap so much harder if they'd gotten a different VA. I'm so sorry to whoever voiced Tlazoli, but it's not a good performance. I'm so sorry.
I never lied to you. All this time, I've only been trying to save my daughter.
She's gonna sacrifice her
Even
to bring
though
her
she's
daughter
not
back.
My daughter yet. But once everything is over, she will really become my Nachka.
What is she saying? Is she not Nachka?
I'm so correct. Infusing memories.
So you figured it out. I want to use memories to awaken my Nachka.
She stole a kid.
She has stayed in the Night Kingdom for far too long. She's afraid of the dark and cold.
Her
I'm
daughter
the one
died.
who made her stay there alone, so I must bring her back.
The instance where, like, Nichka supposedly got, like, corrupted by the Abyss, and she was, like, blaming herself, that's when her daughter actually died. And that's why she was so caught up about it. Because her daughter actually died then. So who is this kid?
Don't worry, Nachka. Mom hasn't forgotten anything. She has always remembered your name.
So is Nichka already dead?
I'm afraid so.
Then who's that girl lying up there?
She's a child from my tribe. Her parents were killed in the same abyss attack. But wouldn't you know it, her birthday is the same as that of my Nachka. I raised her and took care of her for many years. I thought that taking her in would help me feel better. I was so happy the first time she was willing to call me Mom. But then, I suddenly felt very, very scared. Is she really my child? My child's name is Nachka. It could only be Nachka.
What the fuck?
How could I be happy? My little Nachka is still waiting for me to get her home. As I said, I only want to bring Nachka back, even if it costs me everything. And now, the time has come for me to pay. As for my useless ancient name, it's finally time to put it to good use. If you're not willing to help me, then you can become the fuel for Nachka's ancient name.
Huh? That is crazy.
Xilonen, you have yet to make a move. I take it you're examining the inscriptions around you. It's no use. I've already set up the Blaze Gem inscriptions, and the engraving diagram has already begun to run. It's all thanks to your ideas. Now, the central inscription will finally become Nachka's ancient name. After Nachka returns, I'll make sure to invite you to her birthday party.
Get behind me, Paimon.
You're not gonna go up there, are you?
Yes, of course I fucking am. We can't let her harm an innocent child.
There's a flaw in this engraving diagram. The weak point is almost about to activate. So on my mark.
Did she give
Don't
her...
worry, Nachka. Don't worry. Mom is here.
Did she give her, like, a bad advice
Mom will
deliberately?
always be with you. I'll never forget you.
2.
Wake up, Nechka. Now. Please, wake up.
1!
Cutscene?
It's alright. It's alright. You'll see Mommy soon. Nechka.
Oh, she's so cool.
Keep back! Those are distorted thoughts. And the mists are the thoughts' twisted cries. If you become tainted by them, they will control you, and you'll never be free again.
Where are you? I don't want medicine. It hurts. It hurts. Why am I alone?
Nechka, why?
No more medicine. Will you stay with me forever? Please never leave me again.
Tlasoli, you're the one who twisted Nechka's name into a shackling prison. It's time for you to hear her true voice. Stone engraved and echoing peaks converge, disperse, in ashes be reborn, for flames born anew, and the blazing dawn.
Mommy will be with you. Nechka. Always. And forever.
Mommy, I've always been with you. And now you're finally listening to me. The old births the new, as flowers shield the roots, so life ever cycles until we return to the land. We've known each other a while, but we've never met.
You're Nechka?
Yes, but I still don't know your name.
My name's Nepeka.
It really suits you. Nepeka, I bless you from the past and wish that every day of your future will be filled with peace and happiness.
I saw Nechka and was speaking with her, but now, where? Where did she go? Nechka? Nechka? Where are you? Answer, Mummy. Please. Please. Xilonen, you saw her too, didn't you? You saw my little Nechka. I felt her hands and hugged her. I was right. I was right. Those gray shadows were just a minor mistake. I just need to restart the ritual again. Alright, I'll start it again and Nechka will...
Have you still not come to your senses, Auntie?
What
You're not supposed to know.
senses? I was not wrong. Nothing about what happened was wrong. She's just a little upset and was trying to ignore me. That child sure knows how to throw a tantrum. But I understand. I can accept that.
Enough, Tlasoli! The person you summoned with the Blaze Gem inscription wasn't the real Nechka at all. You collected memories of Nechka from countless people, but you forgot one thing. Among what you gathered were not only real memories, but also countless emotions. Didn't you realize what kind of emotions people would feel upon seeing Nechka's condition? When people held a dying child's hand, when they felt her faint breath and saw the helplessness in her eyes, when they sensed her body growing colder and colder, what could they feel but abject pain and sorrow?
I took those emotions.
You absorbed those emotions into the Blaze Gem inscriptions and solidified them as a piece of her past. Those gray figures were projections of that past. They could only reproduce the appearance of Nechka in her sickly state. What the real Nechka wished to say was drowned out by those twisted and painful thoughts.
I didn't want things to turn out like this. All I wanted was to remember Nechka, to see her again.
Nechka has always been with you, Auntie. Everything has long been recorded on your ancient name, the one you said was useless. You exhausted every option and sacrificed everything in the hopes of saving your daughter. That is undeniable. But have you forgotten the true meaning of your own ancient name?
I feel like the Y-Up should take it off her, actually.
Is Undugu.
The immovable love between you and Nechka has already been recorded in your ancient name, but you chose to ignore that.
Yeah, we can push her into
Names
the lava.
are blessings from the past to the future. You told me that, Auntie. You gave Nechka her name, her first blessing. But now, you've turned her name into a prison by taking an innocent child captive, and you've imprisoned yourself.
Nechka is everything
And
to
become
me.
an abuser.
Without her, I can't see any future for me. And as for blessings... what blessings have I had since the day she passed? I see her in my dreams every day, grasping my hand, telling me she's in pain, asking me to hold her.
That's your problem, lady. Die then, literally. You'd rather abuse a child than go to
Can't say
therapy.
anything. I can't grasp her hand. All I can do is shout her name over and over again until I wake up. Every day, every single day, I've hated myself, and ancient names too. Who knows? Maybe hate would have been the only thing left to her too.
You think Nechka would have come to hate you? Auntie, do you still remember the last words Nechka ever said to you? Do you remember what her final words really were? The reason you haven't felt blessed.
Yeah, I think
is because
she's
you've
starting to put
forgotten
more
the
effort
true
into it.
past. Auntie, you've been wallowing in memories of your imagination and refused to let go of them. A name without a past is nothing but a withered tree with no roots, rotting without a future. It's over, Auntie. It's all over now.
Slowly now. Why don't you stay lying down? Oh, on second thought, this might not be the best place to rest.
I hope this kid gets given to someone else who's going to take proper care of her, and this other lady goes to jail.
Xilonen, Nechka, Napecha can already stand now, so we made our way over.
Let me help you.
Thank you, Paimon and Miss Traveler.
I'm worried.
I'm fine, really. The real Nechka helped me just now, so it doesn't hurt much anymore.
That's good. If you became Nechka, then this story would really become the To Kill the Brave. This isn't the place to chat. Come on, let's get out of here.
But what about Tlasoli?
Leave her to die.
Oh, don't worry. She won't be able to cause any more trouble now.
It's all over. You leave the workshop. Once outside, Xilonen asks that you go accompany Napeka.
All right, I've locked Auntie in the house with a few ropes. I'll take her to the tribe shortly to be punished for what she did.
Oh, fuck yeah.
As for now, we can get away from the house and get some sun. After dealing with all of that, I'm completely out of energy.
She's already planned out everything. Xilonen sure doesn't waste time.
Can we get this child some therapy, please?
Still so scary to imagine. Tlasoli wanted to turn her adopted child into Nechka, and she even nearly succeeded.
This poor kid, like, the way that she spoke to Nepeka, like, when we were out and about, just really implied that she was treating her badly at home when she was, like, you know, trying to resist. And this kid needs therapy. Like, oh my god. Good thing we found out in time.
Yeah, she was so cool in the final moments. She went right into action and took control of the situation instantly.
Can we take care of this child now?
It's all thanks to Nepeka's resilience. She never gave up. If it weren't for her bravely trying to get help, then I wouldn't have noticed Auntie's plan so easily.
You're so brave, Nepeka.
It was thanks to all of you encouraging me. After all, this was already the last idea I could think of. I tried to get the attention of many others who visited before, but they were all either quickly whisked away by Tlasoli or simply refused to believe me.
Did her VA change, or am I insane? Because it sounds like it's the same VA as Tlasoli now. Unless she just didn't talk enough before to get the accent. But there's an accent there now, and I don't think there was an accent before.
Even if I told them everything, Tlasoli would just blame my illness to cover it up. All she had to do was start to cry, and then the guest would try to comfort her, but completely forget about me. She would inspect all the letters I sent and any gifts I received. And then, if I didn't comply, she would force me to drink some strange medicine.
What a fucking cunt, bro.
It would put me to sleep for a few days, and it would be hard for me to remember anything. I would see a lot of weird things while I slept, and the walls around me would start talking.
So when we first went to meet her and she wasn't around, and her mum said she'd gotten out and so now she was tired out and she was sleeping, what had happened was she tried to escape and her mum, like, gave her this fucking medicine. I have to wonder if Chevan knew. Chevan was working with Tlasoli. She was at the bottom of the cliff when we went down. I feel like us going up the cliff was like a cover for them getting Nepeka back in. I think Chevan is implicit. Complicit. There we go.
I would be so scared every day. If I wasn't able to get your help this time, I might have just given up.
That's all in the past now.
You have us now, Nepeka. If anyone dares to hurt you again, the Traveler and Xilonen will send them flying!
Yeah. Sorry, I just can't help it.
You are already super brave, and you even managed to call Xilonen for help. Oh, you definitely found the right person. Xilonen isn't the kind of person who gets distracted easily by crying. She pays attention when someone's talking and doesn't miss
Really, therapy and support, yeah.
And it was because of your help that I was able to pick up on the details. Without you, it would have been extremely difficult for her to communicate that she needed help.
Why are we still sitting? Hello.
Tlasoli would certainly be more on guard if I tried to speak with her, and would probably have just kept Nepeka locked up in a room again.
So we had a part to play too! But where did Tlasoli even get the confidence to try this scheme? When Nechka was alive, surely many tribe members would have tried to help her. Was she not scared that someone would realize that Nepeka wasn't Nechka?
She must have been using the Blaze Gem inscriptions for a very long time, yeah.
That's certainly a possibility. The inscription she created would not only collect information related to Nechka's past, but also actively erase people's memories of Nechka. It's similar to graffiti. If you want to paint something new on a wall that has been painted before, then first you must remove the old painting. It's possible that I was also one of her targets, which would explain why she was so willing to let me have the central inscription.
Whoa, and you still took it? If it were Paimon, she would have thrown that thing away the first chance she had!
Well, you can't uncover the truth without taking some risks, right? If I hadn't disassembled the inscription myself, I would have never realized her actual motives.
I think that's what happened. I think that's why, like, she had her as, like, too ill to see anyone for a long time. And then once she'd taken the memories of Nepeka and Nechka from, like, so many people, that's the only time when she started to be like, oh, she's getting a bit better now. Because it was almost time.
So you suspected her from the very beginning?
Oh, no, she's my auntie after all. How could I have seen her as a villain from the start? The most I did was keep the possibility and a corresponding plan in mind, and it was just our luck that the worst case scenario actually happened. But now that I look back on it, we still managed to rescue a suffering child, even if that wasn't our original intention. Anyway, I think we've just about summarized everything and praised each other enough by now. Everything is finally over, and Nepeka can finally be herself.
So who's going to take care of her?
So, what should I do now, Xilonen?
You should do whatever you like, of course. No one's going to lock you
Yeah,
up
someone
anymore.
needs to take care of her.
But I don't know what I can do. Everything I know is about Nechka. What she liked to eat, which flowers she enjoyed, how she acted and spoke. I'm not her, but I can only be like her. I don't know, Xilonen. I just don't know.
Oh, don't worry, Nepeka. The Blaze Gem inscription isn't working anymore. No one will force you to be somebody else again.
But I no longer remember anything about myself now besides my name. What if I never remember my life and lose all of my past?
Damn. So she actually did, like, erase a lot of her memories.
I'm scared, Xilonen. What should I do?
Take her to get therapy.
Oh, don't cry, Nepeka. Here, take this. I took some ore from Tulasoi's collection and made this as a mold.
A Blaze Gem inscription! You can make them too?
Oh, of course not. It's just a pretty piece of stone. Take it. I've engraved your name, Nepeka, on the top.
Why does she have time to do that?
This is your first blessing, the one you received from a pair of people who loved you with all their hearts. It has always protected you and stood over you. For all of past, present, and future, it's never strayed far.
But I don't even remember the names of my parents. I don't remember anything.
But she remembered the book.
Huh. I won't make any big promises and say everything will return to normal. I'm not sure what kind of future you will face. I can only promise that no matter what the future holds, your name will never fade. This is a blessing given to you by a name engraver. You'll continue to grow and mature as a sapling sprouts upward and becomes a healthy tree, or as birds spread their wings to fly high into the sky. Your name is your starting point, as well as your guide.
Yeah, but who's going to take care of her?
Remember your name and everything you've experienced, and you'll know how to step into your future.
That's all well and good, Xilonen, but who's going to take care of her?
I'll do my best.
You can do it, Nepeka!
They'll always be with you. Well, we won't, because we're going to travel. But, like...
Thank you all. Xilonen, Paimon, and Miss Traveler.
If you really can't come up with what to do, don't worry. Just relax and take it easy.
She's a kid. She's got
We're
school
from
and
the same
homework.
tribe, after all. If nothing else works, I can always go to the elders and look up your history. And until then, you can stay at my
Okay.
workshop.
Phew.
I can handle another mouth to feed.
Do you think you can find anything about her?
Oh, I don't know if the plan will work. I'm not even sure who I should look for. Well, rather than placing our hopes on a plan that relies so heavily on luck,
Mom?
we should just focus on ourselves. Well, anyway, enough about all that for now. Let me take Tlasoli back to the tribe first. Oh, come with me, Nepeka. Oh, gosh. I nearly forgot that we haven't even had dinner yet. What would you like to eat?
Huh? Oh, anything. I'm not picky.
Oh, good. Let's go. We have a lot of work to do. We have a very busy future ahead of us.
Mommy has become mother.
Oh, and one more thing. Happy birthday, Nepeka.
Aww.
Oh, you're here. Everything's been taken care of now. I was just about to go have a rest.
What about Tlasoli? Will she be punished?
Well, the tribe is still discussing that. I mean, not many have ever used ancient names to commit a crime. Pakal will have a lot on his plate.
But also she was abusing a
What
kid, so I feel like
is that
that's...
Tlasoli's workshop will be closed permanently, and any
Good.
remaining incomplete blaze gem inscriptions will be completely destroyed.
Good. I think
And
all
as
of...
for the
Yeah.
completed blaze gem
Everyone that...
inscriptions, I'll be handling them, which
Yeah.
yeah, yet another hassle to deal with.
They should also be destroyed.
Anyway, at least her ancient name is fine. Otherwise, we'd have a real mess on our hands. Oh, and speaking of ancient names, I actually have some good news. The memories that were absorbed by the blaze gem inscriptions can be restored to their owners.
Let's go.
Now, once all the blaze gem inscriptions stop working, the memories will return to their respective owners.
So everyone's memories of Nachka will come back?
Yeah, that's right. Huh. Wait, now that I think about it, in her attempt to get Nachka to come back, Auntie made the entire tribe forget about her.
Yeah.
Now, Nachka really is gone, but everyone is about to remember her. Phew, what a bizarre turn of events.
How's Nepeka doing?
She's resting in my workshop. I contacted others from the tribe and told them about my plan to conduct an official investigation into her history. The tribe hasn't responded yet, so
She could be
I'm
safe in that
planning to
workshop?
take her in for now and teach her some crafting skills. But that's for another time. For now, she should just rest and sleep. After all, she's got a busy future ahead of her.
Hopefully her memories will come back. Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, like, probably the reason she lost all of her memories were because of the Blaze Gem inscriptions. I feel like all the ones that were in the wall of her bedroom. What classes do I have today? How have you been lately? I'm having a great time here. There's so much to learn every day, and so much to eat. It hurts when sparks from the forge hit my hands, but I'm not scared of pain. Xilonen said that she's already looking into my past. I haven't heard from her yet, but I believe in her. Now I write in my diary every day, recording all the interesting things that I experience. The next time I dream of Nachka, I can tell her about it all. She'll be so happy, I know it. I also want to tell her how I'm doing my best to study, eat, and grow up, and that she doesn't need to worry about me. But I haven't dreamt of her again. Could she really leave? I mean, you weren't being corrupted anymore. About the future. I want to be a name engraver too, just like Xilonen. Though I still can't get my head around all those books, and I'm also kind of scared of the furnace. I'll do my best. When I grow up, I'll be super powerful. At least, I don't want everyone to have to keep worrying about me. Aww. That's sweet kid. You recovered a true soul alongside Baraka, and you wish that soul happiness from here on out.